You doing easy? How's life treating you? Is everything going well? Loving life? We are going to get started pretty swiftly here because I'm kind of tired and I just want to play the Fiji game. Yep. So, yeah. It's been a bizarre day. It's not really been a bizarre day. I went to class. I did class things. Class things occurred. Not much. I did manage to make the class laugh, which was nice. But other than that, not too much happened. Not too much happened. I am very proud of what I said to make the class laugh. So one of the questions we had for today in intellectual heritage was to pick a quote out of a list of quotes that the professor found for the class. Very nice. And talk about it, right? Why is it our favorite? What does it mean to us, etc., 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 etc. All that good, lovely, jubbly nonsense. And after I already fired off my favorite quote, which was something along the lines of God only helps those who help themselves, is a very Christian-heavy text we read. After I fired that off, nobody wanted to talk, so the professor was like, okay, I'll open it up to people who've already talked. And I was like, oh, sick, what's up? I called out, oh, this one quote right here on page like 43 or something that says, sometimes drowning people kill those who try to save them. And I raised my hand, I was like, yeah, no, that's not even a quote, that's just a thing that happens. And apparently that was so bizarre and funny for everyone that they just all burst out fucking laughing, and then everybody fucking clapped. They didn't actually clap, but the rest was true. And I was somewhat proud of that, because I guess nobody saw it coming. And I was actually really impressed with the professor, because you could see him at first, right? You could see the look on his face. He was like, this motherfucker. And then he pivoted absolutely fantastically. Like, I was like, damn, this guy knows his business. Because he was able to turn that nothing burger quote into an actual life lesson for us. I was like, that's what's up. Good for you. I still wish I wasn't in this class, but you know. Other than that, nothing really happened at all. It was a day like any other day. And there's not really much more to talk about it. I actually got a new program called... I didn't think that would kill him. Are you able to hear the game, by the way? Is the game audible? Oh, that guy just got fucking destroyed. What was I talking about? I was talking about how the professor pivoted absolutely gloriously. Right? That was it. Okay, game's good. Good. I just dunked on that guy because I was like, oh, enemy dunk, and I didn't expect him to explode. I was sitting there like, oh, I guess that guy spawns in now. I just gotta deal with that the rest of the playthrough, I guess. Was honestly not expecting that. Yeah, other than that, not a lot happened today. Which I'm sort of joyful about, sort of not. I did go to Mossburger again because I like their burgers, and I'm still a little mad. The lady behind the counter saw me, turned to her coworkers, said he probably wants a burger in Japanese, and I was like, bitch, you're not wrong, but did you need to call me out like that? So that was a smidge annoying. I wasn't disrespected. It's just kind of like one of the whoopsies. It's just kind of like one of those things, you know what I mean? So that was fun. Oh, I picked up a new program. That's right. I picked up a new program called Doll Maker, which has basically Clip Studio's 3D models, except like way more user-friendly, like way more. So I've started putting together the poses for the next thing that I want to do artistically, which is going to be Proto-Wisp standing over Eleanor smugly from Warframe, because she's, about to lose her fandom and everything, which I thought was kind of keck. Nothing up here. Which I thought was kind of keck, and people might, enjoy that. So, yeah. Other than that, like I said, nothing particularly happened. Your boy's kind of tired, a little fatigued. because one issue I have with decaffeinating was I sleep deeper, which is nice, right? Really nice. I love sleeping deeper now. The problem though with me sleeping deeper now is I sleep less. So instead of sleeping 7 hours a night, which is apparently my norm, I now sleep 6 hours a night, but they're very deep hours. So I don't like it because it means I'm very tired right now. Very tired. And I've just been grinding away through No Man's Sky as well. Yep. And I'm still trying to remember my timings and everything because the buttons are not doing what I want them to do, and it's very upsetting. Yep. I've also been trying to do some research into some investments because it's looking not very good in the US market right now. So I want to see if I can get ahead of that. But apparently the investments I was looking at aren't quite what I thought they were. Because what I've been trying to do is start honing in on US politicians and their illegal investments because, you know, they love doing insider trading. So you would think that's actually a really solid way to drum up some scratch. At least I think so. What is in here? At least I think so. I haven't really been able to get a solid bead. Okay. I guess that just happens now. I haven't been able to get a solid bead on any particular investments. I know there are a couple of indexes that track specific politicians. However, they're normally a couple of weeks or a couple of months behind. So by the time I get involved, or you know, the index gets involved, it's already too late to capitalize on the profit. It's still a profitable index, but I don't like how delayed it is. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I've been thinking again. Not positive thoughts. Excuse me. I've been stuck on Korea. Actually, today I was stuck on Korea because I saw some of the teasers for the new character coming out in ZZZ, the redheaded chick, and the colors and the layout of her, what are they called? Her advertisements, I guess, remind me distinctly of a piece of equipment inside of the ECS when I was working in Korea, which the ECS was the engagement control station and was basically the thing that shoots missiles in so many words. And it just reminded me of the style of the, what are they called? The headsets, because the headsets had a bunch of controls that I can't get into too much detail about, obviously, but they had a bunch of controls that looked a lot like her. It was a touchscreen. Well, it was kind of a touchscreen. It was a really weird piece of equipment that I don't want to talk about too much, but it looked a lot like how the graphics in her stuff looks. It looked a lot like that, except it was more of an amber color. And the reason why that bugs me a little bit is because, well, the reason why it bugs me at all is because I remember so many memories in that fucking thing. But the reason why that was really interesting to me is because it wasn't actually a touchscreen. It was a very weird light sensitive thing. Like, you could operate it without directly touching it. It was very strange and was super fucking annoying because it was just sensitive enough to shadows and light and stuff that if you weren't careful, you could fuck up somebody's audio settings just by walking too close by. It was really interesting, and I'm really fixated on that right now. So I think I might be having a post-traumatic incident right now. I'm not really sure right now. I do know. I want to play some video games. I want to play No Man's Sky particularly, but I also really want to complete Silksong. I'd really like to. And Whoopsies. Yeah, it was a really strange piece of equipment. And if I stop playing this streak of Silksong, I'm probably just not going to end up finishing it, which would be really disappointing because it is a good game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Not at this precise moment. I'm having a bit of difficulties right now, obviously. But I've really been enjoying it. Which is also why I put up the Ballcrsuher joke up there, because last stream we had somebody who was just a little too helpful, you know what I mean? Oopsies. But yeah, I'm just fixated on that right now, and my workstation while I was there, because my job at the ECS was the commo guy. So my job was to ensure the radios were... My job was to ensure the radios were operational, and then during any active engaged conflict, I would record the information of missiles we fired. So stuff like when we fired what missile, where we were aiming at, whether or not it hit, stuff like that. And then I remember I hated it. I hated that job so much, not just because I was a networking tech working in a job field that really wasn't my spec and I wasn't formally trained on, but it was really annoying because they had a document they gave me, right? They said fill out this document. I was like, okay. So I will fill out that document. I will then feed that document to my commander, who in a perfect world you'd think would feed it to his commander, but no. So then I had to feed it to his commander, so I had to do double duty on that. And then I'd have to feed it to my sister communicators, who were also in the air battle, while at the same time communicating with them on an earpiece that absolutely screeched volume, and I hated it. It was so trash. So I remember we would always get a bit of trouble because I never used my headset at all. I refused to use it. I hated that thing. Because remember, I have issues with loud noises, right? I've always had issues with loud noises just because that's who I am. But yeah, it was always really annoying. And the reason why it annoyed me so fucking much back in the day was just because, like, it's okay, I thought I made a mistake there. I was like, no. It was just too loud, and these guys are chattering, and I'm trying to focus tic-tacking away, because whenever we did training missions and stuff, we had so little time. Like, if I was not finished implementing the details on a missile after the next 2 missiles were fired, I was just behind the rest of the mission, and it was ass. I was looking for some shoes on the internet yesterday. I came across Garmont FT8. Let me take a look at those, actually. How'd you get the combat boots? Because I know Garmont. People always harp on about Garmonts, but I was more of a Rocky kid. Yeah, Garmonts. Yeah, I've heard people talk about this. Some people swear by those. Some people swear by them. Let me show you my face. I still wear these, actually. Yeah, these things. I personally swear by these. I think they're a bit more expensive than I'm trying to find a link for you so you can actually. Yeah, I wear these personally. These are very comfortable to me. They're a bit heavier, but if you get a size up and inlay 2 soles, they're extremely comfortable. I really like them. Mine have held up for about 6 years now. So yeah. I found a site that sold the tactical ones with ortholite soles. Ooh. Wait, what's an ortholite sole? I've never heard of that. Ortholite sole. That's not what I wanted. Ortholite. What are you doing? Come on. Here we go. Thank you. So, what is an ortholite sole? Because normally, what is an shoes? It's a span high surface foam designed to provide superior cushioning. Bah. Bah. I like Dr. Scholl's. Dr. Scholl's does it for me. But yeah. So I'm just kind of stuck on those memories. I remember now. The air battle. I'd be so focused on typing out all that stuff and all that information, and these guys would just be chat. I don't know what they were chatting about. I believe they were chattering about upcoming missiles, because we could see what each other were doing. But it drove me up the wall. It drove me crazy. I couldn't handle it. Because the other thing we had is we had a printer in front of us that print out all the information we needed. So I was like, why do I need to communicate with you guys when I could just get the information here? And they're like, oh, but you could feed us information about what the next missile's coming out. I'm like, fuck no, I'm barely hanging out for dear life, tic-tacking away on this. Because I would have a little trackpad, a little touchpad. I wouldn't have a mouse, and I'm wearing big, thick hazmat gloves while I'm doing this. I'm barely hanging on for dear fucking life. Y'all are on your own. So I just never wore the headset, never really fucked around with it at all. I remember during that one really important mission that gave me PTSD, my commander ended up taking the headset from me because he's like, oh, Brandier, are you just not going to use your fucking headset? I'm like, fuck no, I hate that thing. He goes, can I use it? I'm like, hell yeah, get this shit off my hands. And the commander was like, sweet. So he's sitting there listening to those dipshits chat back and forth. I'm out there shitting my fucking pants as I think the world's ending. What is this? Oh, it's a map. Ooh, another map. Oh, 70, get the fuck out of here. Hello, Klopto. How you doing? How's life treating you? You doing well? Loving life? Where are we going to go here? My plan is to get us to a safe spot, so we don't have to travel all the way fucking back up here like an ass wagon. And we move some stuff around because I'm getting hot. Ah, look at that. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, so now that's gonna blow directly in my fucking face. But yeah, so I've just been thinking about that pad because I remember it looked really cool in a way. Like, again, that character from ZZZ shares the design philosophy a lot, but if you want the high-tech stuff, it's actually over-designed. Like, you know, all those little kind of sharp edges and whatnot, and those kind of cut-up little bits and all that cool sci-fi stuff, it's not there. It's just straight lines, clean and easy to understand. It's just that sort of thing. I don't mean that to discourage or disillusion people. It's just a fact. Ornate door of a simple lock! Why? Alright, what does this do? Survey says it goes down. Ah! Coral chambers again. Wait, coral chambers again! The coral chambers. Oh. How about that? Is there a spot nearby so I don't have to do the loading screen? That'd be nice. But, yeah... Whoopsies. Yeah, so I'm just kind of remembering all of that right now. But trying not to think of it too much. But it's just been on my mind lately, with everything going on in the world and what's been happening with life in general, you know. Ooh. Uh-oh, boss fight. Boss, called it. Okay, maybe not a boss fight, but like, you get my point. Here, have fun with those shitheads. Come on, no. I'll spend this money. Nope. Come on. We just need to kill. Oh, there goes one. All right, we're now in a handleable situation. Whoopsies. Oh, I thought I was slick. I thought I was gonna juggle the both of those ass wagons. Oopsies. Hola, chica. Como esta? I don't speak Spanish. But, yeah. So I've just been, I don't know, I've just been thinking of it lately. Everything and whatnot. The various things that happened, because I can't really remember any of it anymore. So it's hard to even tell it was real sometimes, you know what I mean? You guys ever hear about that? Like, trauma survivor, you again! Trauma survivors and whatnot often can't really remember the thing that gave them the traumatic response and stuff. It's really interesting. And I hate calling myself a traumatic survivor or anything. I've always hated that term for myself. Well, I've always hated that term in general, but like more for myself than anything. So yeah, it's just something I've been thinking about. Because I can't actually... I looked up the dates of that precise mission a couple of times recently, and I realized the time it all happened was not at all what I thought it was. Like, I thought I remember it all happening in like June and May. It turned out it happened in like April or something, and it just blew my mind, and I still have trouble with that because I was like, no, that happened at this time, and apparently I'm just so wrong that it hurts. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Excuse me. I'm also trying not to be too loud because my neighbors can definitely hear me, because I can hear them talking out in the hall, and that doesn't really bug me. I'm more bugged about bugging them, you know what I mean? Because it's a baby game. We're dealing with... Yeah, we're gonna die here. This is not something I'm equipped to handle. Yep, there it is. I saw a shorts video on that one yesterday, rather interesting. You saw a short on what exactly? On Silksong or something that I'm talking about? Boop boop. Going back to the high halls. But yeah, so it's just stuff that I've been remembering. It's very strange. The room you were in. Ah! Okay. So that means it's probably one of the big dicky dick ones. That's great. Oh, there was a bench right there. Oh, I'm stupid. Womp womp. Oh no. Oh well. So, you know, it's just some stuff. Some stuff. At the very least, it looks similar. Okay. It feels like it'd be an important area, you know what I mean? You know, it makes sense. If you told me this is a lore-heavy area, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. You know, just one at a time. Boop. There he goes. See, look at that. The issue with that double threat towards the end was it wasn't a double threat, it was closer to an 8 threat. It was closer to an 8 threat. Making it a lot more annoying than it really needed to be. But it's fine. We got a handle on it. It'll just take a few tries. I love how sometimes the hardest part about Souls games isn't the bosses, but some of the enemy encounters they have. That's always kind of funny to me. Oopsies. Big misplay. Alright, come here. Come here. Hopefully, no, I was just about to say, hopefully Spider-Butt doesn't show up. And look who decided to join the party. Come on. Careful. Dingus. Alright, there goes one. I don't think we're going to be able to farm Homeboy here for free heal. Yeah, we're definitely not. So, we're going to be in a bit of a deficit. Ah, yep, there it is. Oh, well. But, yeah. Yep. I also remembered one of my favorite things about Korea was actually Camp Humphreys. So if you don't know, Camp Humphreys is, at least to the best of my knowledge, the biggest United States military base in Korea. That includes Navy, Air Force, Marines, all the different branches and stuff. And I remember, this is before they went through some upgrades semi-recently. But they had every major military base has I don't remember what it's called, I think it's the USO. They have what's sometimes called a USO, which is United States, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what it's called. The point is, USOs were kind of clubhouses. If you know what the YMCA is, it's kind of like the YMCA. It's a community center. So, a place for people to kind of congregate and just be and stuff. And I remember one of my favorite memories of Camp Humphreys was going to Camp Humphreys for a doctor's appointment. I did the doctor's appointment super duper early, right? Like, I was good to go. And I didn't want to go back to work. So I didn't take a taxi, so I just waited on the bus to take me back to my base to show up, which showed up like 4 hours later. So that entire time I was waiting for the bus to show up, I played Final Fantasy Brave Exvius on the phone. I remember I got a really banging character to drop. I think it was the blonde chick from Final Fantasy 14. 14 Online, who was supposed to be like the best buffer in the game, and I got super lucky and got Y'shtola as well, who was the best healer in the game at the time. And I was so fucking happy that I started going through all of the mega bosses in Brave Exvius and just started cleaning them up, because every time you killed a mega boss in Brave Exvius, they'd give you like a goated drop, right? Like a massively powerful drop. So I beat one and I just immediately went and slammed the other because I got the drops necessary to just completely dunk them. It was awesome. I remember I had a lot of fun doing that. I remember I rage quit Brave Exvius because they did the Nier Automata collaboration, and I really wanted A2, but Brave Exvius is a gacha game with no drop protection and no, what's it called? No kind of coupon. Like, you know how a lot of gacha games nowadays, where if you get like 50 or 100 rolls without like a super good character or something, they'll just give you a free one. They didn't do that. So I remember I saved up my premium currency for months, because this is before I started paying to win my gacha rolls a little bit. It was before I started paying to win my gacha rolls a little bit. Yep, there it is. That's great. I love how it just goes right down when I'm trying to do stuff. I farmed up for months so I could hardcore parkour farm out A2, and I spent all of it, right? I had like 100 pulls or something. Like, I had an obnoxious amount of gacha tokens, right? I used all of them, and not only did I not get A2, I did not get 2B, and I didn't even get 9S. They did 3 banner characters. 9S was a 4-star. I got none of them, and I was so pissed off from that, I rage quit the game. I never played again. I tried playing again a couple years ago, but they deleted my account, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm gone. Yeah, really disappointing. Yep. I am nostalgic for it. I do want to play it every so often, but I don't want to go through all that again, because like I had some banger ass rolls, right? Like I had both of the MMO 5 stars. I had Noctis, I had Titus, who were like some of the best characters in the game. Like, I had a stacked lineup for somebody who didn't spend a dime on that game. And I can't. I just can't. It is what it is. But it's kind of funny in its own cosmic sort of way, you know what I mean? Womp womp. Womp womp. So, yeah. I just remember stuff like that. I remember when I first got there, we had a warrant officer whose name I cannot remember for the life of me, who was like the coolest guy ever. Like, I remember, what am I looking for down here? I'm looking to see if there's any changes down here. I remember when he was a player, right? He was a player. That man was up in... Oh, this is what the bells are for. Collect silver bells and the bells... That man was up in so many businesses that he had no business being in. That he was... A lot of people were actually really worried about him getting in a lot of trouble. Because, you know, he's a warrant officer, so he's technically an officer, but he's technically not an officer. So he's supposed to have a certain level of decorum, right? And if you believed the rumors, that man had smashed basically everything, every female with a pulse in our battalion, every single one. So he was after the officers, he was after the other warrant officers, and he was after the enlisted, which is a big ass no-no. Oh, fucking dog. And we talked about it, because back then I really wanted to get laid and stuff, because, you know, I'm a 20-year-old. I'm like, women, pretty boobs, and stuff. So like, hey, Chief, how do you be such a player, man? He's like, oh, sick, dude. Listen, I just treat women like women, and it just works. I'm like, that doesn't help me. He leans over to us. This is with me and a couple other guys in the fucking in the vehicle we're in, right? Because we're in the ECS doing training and stuff. He's like, listen, all I do is cook good food. Then ladies show up to my room, because he was in the officer barracks. Women just show up to my room. They're like, hey, what you got there, Chief? He's like, I got some stew. I got some beef, a steak, whatever it is he's running, right? You want some? She's like, fuck yeah. And then the dog just starts going, apparently. And we're just like, you fucking dog. I know that I explained that really poorly and stuff. It's just like, miss him. He was so cool. Like, legitimately and bona fidely one of the best guys ever. He was just like, yeah, I just kind of cook I just start cooking while I'm at home, and people just visit and I share my food, and apparently that's what he did. So good for him, I guess. But my point is, because like I said, I explained that kind of schizophrenically, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I remember we used to, since he was with so many women, right? There was a really good chance of him getting in a lot of trouble and getting investigated by CID, the Criminal Investigation Department, and a bunch of other stuff. So the joke would be, he would always tell us, hey guys, by the way, if CID comes by, you don't know me. If you do know me, I'm not straight. I'm a raging homosexual. I'm gay. I'm bi. Do whatever you have to say, whatever you have to say to deny me going out with all the women they're gonna say I went out with. And we're like, okay, Chief. He was a fucking dog. I miss him. He was like, he was really cool. Like, if you met him, you'd be like, this guy is the best. He was so cool. And we would sometimes just kind of shit talk, jokes back and forth, like, oh, well, we'll tell CID when they come for you, Chief. And I remember one of mine was like, no, one of the ones I said one time was like, oh, I'll tell them you really like your protein, Chief. Like, really like your protein. He's like, what the fuck do you mean? Oh, ew, you nasty bastard. And we're just laughing and giggling back and forth. I remember when I first got to that assignment, I was the unit fuck up, right? Like, let's call a spade a spade. I was such a fuck up at that unit that when we first came back from the very first field training exercise I did with them, we went to count the weapons, right? Well, we were returning weapons. The way they wanted to return weapons is everybody would toss their weapon in a pile, one dude would guard the pile, and then you just turn all the weapons in one big hullabaloo, right? Which is kind of against the books, but whatever. Normally you choose the most useless person or the least immediately useful person to do that, right? Which was, you know, the guy who was brand spanking new to the company. And they're like, yeah, this is an easy job. You can't fuck this up, Randy, you fuck up. So just watch the weapon, make sure they don't go anywhere. And Chief was like, check it out, dude. Here's what I want you to do. He had me organize them all based on some system he had, right? So I'm like, okie dokie, Chief. I do what I'm told. That's what good soldiers do. And he's like, fuck yeah. So I get them all set out just like he wanted, and my platoon sergeant comes in. He's like, wait, these are all organized according to blah 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 blah. Randy, did you do this? I'm like, yeah. That's such a good idea. What made you think of doing this? I was like, oh, Chief told me to do it. And everyone just goes, oh. And Chief just kind of put his head in his hands. He's like, come on, man. I'm like, what? What? And he pulled me aside afterwards and he said, my guy, next time just take credit. I was trying to give you a W. I was like, oh, my bad, Chief. I wasn't the brightest cookie in the jar. Still not. I don't know why people say I'm smart. Yeah, it was a long time before anyone thought I was good at my job. It was a long time. What happened was we were getting bullied by battalion because Kim Jong-un was being 11 different kinds of freaky, so they were bullying us to make sure that we were actually prepared to do our mission. And we were having an issue where some specific equipment that I can't get into wasn't working properly. And no one could figure out why. And one of the things that actually I got taught in AIT, out of the few things those fucktards taught me, was how to use that very specific piece of equipment, right? So I'm sitting there just kind of like, I'm not doing anything. I can't do anything until everything works. So I'm just sitting there beating my fucking meat, right? And everyone's kind of frustrated. Everyone's like this, everyone's like that. And eventually I'm like, do I need to be here right now? And they go, no, go fuck yourself. I'm like, okay, fuck you too. So I hop on out of the van. I grab a thing that I can't talk about. I'm like, you know what? I'll go see if I can fix it, right? Because I know the equipment they're having trouble with. I'm not supposed to touch it formally. We're not getting anywhere. So I run down to the equipment that was having difficulties. I'm like, hey guys, I'm from up over the ECS. Do you mind if I take a look at this specific component? They're like, sure, knock yourself out, douchebag. I'm like, thanks, guys. So I run over, I take a look. I'm like, this is what they're having issues with? They didn't install it at all. It's not, I would look through all of their pieces, right? This isn't installed, right? This is not set up right. This one's not even turned on. This is all you guys have in trouble with? And they're like, yeah, we can't make heads or tails, but I'm like, the fuck? So I start fiddling with their stuff, going through some really basic steps. Turns on, turns on, turns on, turns on, correct. I get a phone call after a bit, and they're like, hey, get your ass in here with everything fixed. Everything's fixed. They're all coming in. And I'm like, yeah, it's because I'm turning them on. I'm the one setting it up right now. And people go, wait, what? You? I'm like, yeah, I'm down over here by the thing right now. None of this stuff was set up correctly. I know how to set it up, so I'm just doing that real fast. And they're like, oh, fuck yeah. Did he say something? Fiddle, Chelsaw's grandfather, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. And then my platoon sergeant, after all this was done, is like, you did that? I'm like, yeah, they didn't know what they were doing. This is the one thing I was actually taught in AIT. Out of all of this. And he goes, wow, I see you in a new light. And I remember they were so proud of me. They're like, holy shit, Brandier can actually fucking do something if he's taught how to do it. Wild! And I remember they gave me the key loader, which is what loads all of the really top secret missile stuff. They're like, keep track of this, don't lose it, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool, alright, whatever. So my plan for keeping the very important thing safe was to sleep with it in my sleeping bag. No problem, right? So I just put that shit right between my legs, I'm off to sleep. And I'm woken up in the middle of the night by my lieutenant who's like, give me the key loader. I'm like, okay, you are my boss. I will give you the thing. So I gave him the thing in the middle of the night, go to sleep, and I get woken up the next morning, shaking. They're shaking the fuck out of my cot. They're like, why did you delete this? Why did you delete the keys? You deleted the secret stuff. I'm like, no, I didn't. So what ended up happening, I know this happened, but that's not what officially went down. But what officially happened was my lieutenant didn't know how to use the key loader because he never got taught how to use it. And he accidentally deleted all of the super secret information on it. And they threw me under the bus because, oh, well, Brandier's a fuck up. So, yeah. Heard you did some saving for our dear merchant there. I've seen her about sneaking and scrounging, even before you was ringing that bell. She's a useful sort, but don't let her age be full, and she's still the sharpest mind for a deal. Won't be long till there's nary a rosary about the shrine that ain't found its way into her pockets. Okay. Was wondering if something new happened over here. So, yeah, they kinda threw me under the bus like that. But then, after that, well, some other stuff happened, but after that, they finally sat down and gave me an official course on how to do my job at that stupid fuck-ass assignment. And suddenly, it was incredible, right? Like, wow, we formally teach the guy... No, yeah, that's right, that's not going to work. We formally teach the guy how to do his job. And wouldn't you believe it, but it works. I'm thinking, oh, I've definitely been overcomplicating this thing. But, yeah. Oopsies, wrong button. I'm thinking, why am I trying to do it when it's here? I need to do it when it's here so I get trapped inside when it turns. Okay, so that didn't work. Hello, Ikwe! How you doing? How's life treating you? You doing well? Brandier's, I think Brandier's having a trauma. I think Brandier's having a trauma response right now, so I'm not really sure. Have I found E? You're missing E. Unfortunately, you might have spent it all on your username. I'm not really sure, though. See, look at that. It goes so fast. I'm not really sure what to do about that. Unless it's involving a tool or something that I'm not privy to. Sedge. I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually, someday. But, yeah. So I just remember stuff like that. Like, normally wherever I went to work, people would eventually end up thinking that I was useless and didn't do anything. Which always pissed me off, because I would remember getting worked like a dog so much. How do I get in here? I remember a lot. I remember on like one of my last days of that assignment, a bunch of people said that I was useless and never did anything. And then all the guys I worked with were like, no, fuck no. Brandier does a lot of work. And they didn't believe him, so you know. Tat. I went to Fort Drum thinking life would be better, and all it did was get worse somehow. Ain't that interesting, how life goes? Where are we at? We're at the high halls. Wait, are we back where I just walked away from because I was kind of rage quitting a little bit? Yeah, we are. We're gonna go someplace else. So let's see if we can handle, what's it called? Hello, servant! How you doing? How's life treating you? You doing well? Loving life? Crash out hours? Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. We're gonna go talk to that creepy little fucker again that was like, come back later and I'll eat something or whatever he was doing. You know, a little creepy deaky. So, see what we can find. But, you know. So, Korea fucking blue chunks. Fort Drum blue chunks. I get the Camp Roberts, wouldn't you believe it? It blue chunks. We're gonna try and get the Sinner's Road again. See if there's anything new surrounding there for. Because I still haven't looked up any guides yet, because I really don't wanna. But yep. Yep. I went looking through my Fort Drum pictures too. And again, a lot of stuff happened in different times than I thought. Oh, hello. Hey, look at that, no more birds. I remember a lot of things happening at different times. I thought my time there in the violence was a lot longer than it actually was, which would give you a bit of a hint on how just utterly insane everything was. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hazel Mawile. How you doing? Mawile is one of my favorite Pokemon, by the way. That one always surprises people too. It's actually one of my favorites. I really like it, especially its Mega. I wish when they got rid of Megas for the first time, they just would have made Megas into a special evolution. Like, oh yeah, Charizard can just randomly evolve into 4. Charmander can evolve into 4 Pokemon instead of, you know, just the normal 3, but okay. I'm not upset they've brought back, what is it called? Mega Evolutions. I'm just like, I wish they wouldn't have gotten rid of them to begin with, even though they were always kind of Digimon-y. I never really saw that as a negative per se, you know what I mean? I never saw that as a, well, for a little bit I saw it as a negative. A little bit I did fly with the haters. But, you know. You learn, you grow, you learn, you grow. But, so much of A, so much B. I wish I could say my favorite Pokemon is, but then you'd call me weird. You like Vaporeon too? Dude, don't worry! This is still fucking broken. I literally have a Vaporeon plush sitting right next to me. I got Vaporeon, Leafeon, and Umbreon. So no, I'm not gonna trash on you for liking Vaporeon. I'll trash on you a little bit, but only a little bit. I really like Vaporeon too. The design always vibed, you know what I mean? I like Arceus, all trade evos and such just became item based. I love that they made the trade evos into item based evolutions instead of keeping with the old tradition, because as a kid, I hated trade evos so much, because I remember falling for the same Haunter trade trap that everybody else fell for. And I got that stupid Everstone, and I hated Gengar from then on. Well, I don't hate Gengar, but you know, I've hated that bitch, I think it's Wendy, ever since. Fuck you, Wendy, die in a hole. Oh man, the old times, you know what I mean? If you ever find a person who spread the copy pasta, I'll slap them again. That copy pasta is fucking funny though, come on. I love it, especially when people kept adding on to it. With like Umbreon, I remember Umbreon got added into the copy pasta as well. Let's see now, what else got added on? I just think the copy pasta is funny. In its own kind of, it has its own kind of soul after a while, you know what I mean? Hello, Snakey, how you doing? How's life treating you? Everything going well? Love and life? We are on our way to visit a friend of ours to see if anything's changed since the last time I bumbled my way down to visit them. Whoopsies, excuse me. See what the word is. Hopefully the word is bird. I'm not sure if it's going to be. But yeah, I really like, I've never really been able to pick out a favorite Pokemon. Like, I like, Zoroark would probably be my favorite if you held my feet to the fire. But, Mistress, that is the morsel I grew worthy. You must consume and become stronger. This is how I will serve my mistress. While you hunt, I will prepare meals, always preparing them for my mighty mistress. Continue this work if it pleases you, sure, but do not call me your mistress, for I am not. But you are a mistress. You are strong, and I am weak. A slave, your slave. This is gonna be one of those evil characters. I feel it. Silk Eater. Grub that lives within and feeds upon Farlam's lingering silk, born with the ability to sense silk over a great distance. Consume the Silk Eater to retrieve a cocoon after falling in battle. Funnily enough, I know the shiny version's color scheme so well. Someone said that it is a shiny Vaporeon Urelli. Slave must feed his mistress, morsels I will grow while you hunt. I am working always. So this is a place to get those then. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've never really found much use for that. You know what I mean? Stupid bitch. I love it when they die like that. How are you supposed to get out of here, by the way? Oh, okay, this way. Doop doop. Ba-da-da-da-da-dum-dee-dum. So yeah, I really like Zoroark, Mawile. Who else? I'm trying to think of non-legendary / mythical Pokemon, because you know, that list is always different. Mudkip and Swampert. Mudkip and Swampert are my goats. Those were literally Mudkip was my first starter. So, you know it has a place in my heart, right? Empoleon was my Sinnoh starter, but I also really, Infernape has grown on me over the years, you know what I mean? Infernape has grown on me. What else? What else? I also, Typhlosion. Dude, Typhlosion is also my jam. Funnily enough, your starter was. You forgot the name? Uh-oh, Tisk Tisk, he doesn't remember your starter. Excuse me. Pop. Pop. Free spot. Pop. 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 Alright, what was this? Oh, it was a bunch of beads. Okay. What does this do? Ah. Very nice. Oh, Torchic. Dude, love Torchic. I love Blaziken. Blaziken I didn't like as a kid because I was an edgy little brat. But he grew on me too. A lot of Pokemons grew on me as time went on. What are my favorite non-starters? Like I said, Zork, because I'm kind of an edgy bitch and I love foxes. Ninetales, kind of my jam. To a lesser extent, though. To like a lesser extent. Lucario, because I'm a fucking loser. Gardevoir. What else? What else? I can't really remember. Volcarona. Dude, Volcarona is sick. I remember finding Volcarona for the first time on Black and White, and just immediately it was my jam. Rude ass. Immediately Volcarona was my jam. I'm trying to think of any others. You love Volcarona? Sick as fuck. Snob? I fuck with Snob. I fuck with him. I wouldn't put him in my favorites, but I don't hate him. Do you have anything else to say, sir? Bartender, I've been tasked to acquire a nectar of significant age. Would you retain any such drink? After the finer stuff, sure, I might have a few vessels left, but I can't be selling it cheap. The shells in my cellar are the last left in Farland. Once they're gone, no bug will ever taste that sweetness again. Holy go fuck. Snob? No, Snob's no legendary. Snob's not legendary. It's just one of the rarer mods. What else? Metagross, dude. I love a lot of the Hoenn mods because Hoenn was my introduction into my formal introduction into the series when I first played the game. I got a couple that I like from every generation though. I got a couple. Not too many, but you know, I have a couple. Salamence too. I remember finding Salamence completely by accident as a kid. Garchomp is sick as fuck. Out of the new gen, I know a lot of people don't like Meowscarada, but Meowscarada is actually my jam. I love those stupid dark clown characters. Fucking fabulous, I love it. Also, I thought Volcarona was legendary. No. Volcarona is a pseudo-legendary. It's in the same league as like Garchomp and Metagross. Where else can we look around for stuff? Blasted Steps, Grand Bellway. I think we're stuck trying to push through the Bellway. Weedcat, I love the Weedcat, dude. I kind of fuck with Tinkatonk, but like only a little bit. Most because I love the meme that it actively hunts down other Pokemon, grinds up their shells into a hammer, and uses that to just bonk the shit out of other Pokemon. I think that's pretty fabulous. You know, I think that's pretty cack. In my opinion, XY and XYZ Anima were one of the best. Anima? What Anima? What Anima are you talking about? Because if you're gonna say XY and XYZ were some of the best, I'm gonna disagree there. Unless you mean the anime. The anime, I'll be ambivalent because I haven't really watched Pokemon since I was a wee little lad. But in my opinion, the best Pokemon games to come out have got to be Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Black and White. I think right around there was peak Pokemon, you know what I mean? I think those were peak Pokemon. Which, maybe that's a hot take, but as a kid, playing Soul Silver, beating the Johto League, and then finding out I have all of Johto to go through, blew my tiny mind. Okay, this show. Absolutely blew my mind. I was floored as I think I was like 15 or 14. Blew my shit. Couldn't believe it. And I really like Black and White. I'm gonna hot take. I didn't like Black and White 2 at all because I thought the MC designs were stupid as fuck because I hated his hair. Like, I thought the Black and White MCs were peak Pokemon design, and then they did just whatever the fuck those designs were for Black and White 2, and I was just like, eh. That one always missed me. I never ended up playing X and Y, I think it is. I tried whichever game it was that added Ultra Beast, but I never actually beat it. Oh, Mimikyu is one of my favorites though. I adore Mimikyu. Mimikyu's adorable, I love it. It's such a little bean, I just think it's great. You again! Nope, you're not stealing that heal from me. So, Mimikyu is one of my jams as well. Bayonet. I kind of fuck with Bayonet a little bit. Just a little bit, though. I like Mega Bayonet, obviously, more. But I still fuck with it. What else? What else? Scizor. Because I was a Scizor kid as well. Oh, Dragonair. I love Dragonair, and I fucking hate Dragonite with a fucking passion. Dragonite is easily, like, the worst final evolution, in my opinion, out of all Pokemon final evolutions. Like, Dragonite just drops the fuck out of that ball. And the worst part is, there's, the Dragonite was, like, a part of an actual mythology for Japan. So that's why it looks that way. But it's still just so awful to me, you know what I mean? Why are you back? Go away. Why do these things keep appearing? Go away. Alright. We gotta try and get rid of Homeboy here really quickly. Come on. Okay, got 3 of them. Alright, there goes one of them. So now we have the others. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed to hear some of the new news about the upcoming Pokemon game with all their DLC shenanigans. But it does make sense from a business perspective because apparently they're trying to brand Pokemon ZA as a Gen 10 game. So they're kind of rushing it. So I don't think ZA is going to have very long in its life. It's not going to have a very long life cycle like other Pokemon games. So it is what it is, though. Okay, that tracks. I don't like Hulacha. I don't like it. It reminds me of Rey Mysterio, and I remember a lot of kids from elementary school loved Rey Mysterio, and I hated those kids. So every time I remember Rey Mysterio, every time I think of Hawlucha, I think of Rey Mysterio, and every time I think of Rey Mysterio, I think of those stupid fucking brats from elementary school and how much I hate them. The trauma runs deep. Love it. So, yeah. I don't like Hawlucha. And I really don't like how it's getting a Mega and not fucking my goat Flygon. Dude, I adore Flygon ever since the Jirachi movie, which me bringing that up should key you into one of my favorite mythicals. My 2 favorite mythicals, Jirachi, well actually my 3 favorite mythicals are Jirachi, Mew, and Celebi, which I've been grinding out shiny Celebi on Pokemon Go for almost a year now. Actually, no, I have been grinding out for a year. And I am so fucking close, and it's driving me insane. It's been driving me insane to get that shiny Celebi. And I'm also grinding out a shiny Jirachi, but I'm nowhere close to that shiny Jirachi. And I used to actually have a shiny Jirachi as a kid, because I traded it to some kid. I traded it away from some kid who had one from the Toys R Us releases of that stuff for a Groudon. Oh boy. That was always kind of funny in its own cosmic sort of way. But then I deleted the file because I wanted to experience the magic of playing the game again before I ever got Emerald. Yeah, I really like Jirachi, Mew, and Celebi. Those are my 3 favorite mythicals. The other mythicals, honestly, I could take it or leave it. Victini, the trio from Sinnoh, not for me. I don't really fuck with them too much. I do like Yuxi a little bit, but Azelf and Mesprit, nah. So, yeah, that's just how I vibe, though. You again, man! I hate this thing. Like, it's not even an annoying... No, the annoying part is it takes away my fucking heals. Like, look at that. And now it's gonna kill me. Or that is. Yep, there it is. I'm 2 memory lockets away from max crest. Let's go. Lucky. What am I doing wrong here? Well, one, we're out of fucking rocks again. You can get rid of the Silkstone one, but I won't say where to get rid of them. See, those are the kinds of things I don't want to know, Snakey. No, I didn't want to know. See, this is why I put up the sign. You gotta go in the ball crushing machine now. Like, if I'm playing the game wrong, let me play the game wrong. I'm okay with playing the game incorrectly and making it harder for myself than it needs to be. If it becomes a problem, I can just ask people for help. Like, it's just complaining. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was talking about the previous stream of people telling me how to play Monster Hunter. It's how I want to play it. If it's wrong and unoptimal, it's wrong and unoptimal. Now, if I was doing something stupid like throwing away my guns in Call of Duty because I ran out of ammo when all I have to do is reload, that's one thing. But we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that nonsense. I'm just talking the talk. Chew the fat. There it goes. Get rid of you. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Why won't you die? They have so much HP too. Nope, nope. Excuse you. Pardon. What else? What else? What else? The brain is not braining right now. And then it comes to legendaries, that's right. And I honestly... I don't know how to feel about most legendaries. Most legendaries, I don't know. Like, if I had to pick a legendary off the top of my head right now, honestly, Deoxys. Deoxys, like, Hoenn obviously has a special place in my heart, right? Like, I really love Latios. I love Latios less because Latios was the one I had trouble with as a kid. Because I had Ruby, and I could just never get him. But I remember my favorite Pokemon movie was Deoxys and Rayquaza. You know, that one. Like, that one was so fucking cool as a kid. And I remember wanting to visit Eastern Canada. I don't remember which one that is. Because apparently the city, like, just above Seattle, Washington, was based off, was what they used for inspiration for the movie. And I always thought that place was so cool as a kid. Like, not having to walk around, not having to buy a car or anything. Just being able to use a card to buy stuff. Dude, it was so cool even as a kid. And seeing parts of that become reality in the real world is so amazing. And really disappointing too, because I'm like, we could have Pokemon! Oh my goodness, we're about to die here. Yep, there it is. Zamazenta and Zacian are technically gendered legendaries. Yeah, I don't really like either of them though. They both... Most of that generation was a big-ass miss for me. Especially the starters. Zamazenta has male and Zacian has female more. That actually makes sense given the nomenclature of their name. Hum. Galar was kind of bad, not gonna lie. Galar, I'm gonna defend it, but I'm also going to stab it a little bit, right? Galar they were trying new things, which I always appreciate, especially in a stagnant IP like Pokemon's. They're trying new things. Some things are going to work out, some things are not. One thing I think didn't work out, honestly, is the starters. The starters completely missed the mark, and the reason why, starters are very important for each generation, right? It's very important. And if you look at older Pokemon, a lot of them are somewhat faceless. They lack a definitive personality, right? They lack a personality, specifically so younger players, which is what Pokemon is targeted to, are better able to imprint personalities onto them. That's just a fact. So from a marketing standpoint, it's good design philosophy to make them a bit faceless, you know what I mean? And what drives me up the wall about Galar is each of the trio very definitively has a personality. So you can't just imprint your own thing on it. Like Cinderace is very specifically a soccer player. It's not the sporty Pokemon like you could get away with. It is very specifically a soccer player. Whatever the fucky chunky monkey is very specifically a drummer, where instead of a musician or just a random stick-beating monkey. And the bitchy cry one, Sobble, I think it is very specifically a zero to hero story of the whiny nerd into the sniping suave spy instead of just anything else. And that's why I think it's really bad design philosophy, because they're not kids and other people can't affix a personality to them. Like Cinderace would be infinitely better, in my opinion, infinitely better if they just made it sporty instead of the soccer player, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what cheeses me about it. They're very, like, don't get me wrong, they're well designed from a marketability standpoint, but from a Pokemon standpoint, and a starter standpoint, they really, really missed the mark. And I somewhat have that same issue with Scarlet and Violet, because Scarlet and Violet does the same thing to a lesser extent. Like, they're less personable for the most part. Like, Meowscarada is very specifically a jester-ish cat, but at the same time, it kind of fits because, you know, cat, right? I don't like Skeledirge, I just don't, point blank period. But it works what they're trying to do, if that makes any sense. It works what they're trying to do, and I hate Quaxley. Quaxley is trash. Quaxley is like actually a terrible design. I just can't. They gave the Pokemon a dumpy. Why is it shaking its ass? I understand what in Spanish culture it's supposed to be referencing. They gave Quaxley an ass. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Rowlet is the first Mon on my first Pokédex. He's sweet. Aww. Aww. X and Y being Knight, Mage, Ninja was a bit more general high fantasy. As much as I love SM, they kind of started with Incineroar Wrestling. Incineroar is pretty bad too. I think they did that specifically to be a Goonermon though. Yeah. That one was Goonermon. So I will say X and Y started the trend, but I don't think they made it quite as bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, Gen 9 was kind of dookie garbo. I do like Meowscarada though. Like, Meowscarada fits my vibe, so it gets a 50% off pass on this verbal ass whooping. but it is a poorly designed mon, especially because I'm fairly certain they made it into a Goonermon as well. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking of doing with Quaxley. Like, I understand it was supposed to be a Brazilian dancer or something, but like, what the fuck were you doing with Quaxley, man? What was going on there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Gen 9 missed the mark as well. But we were talking about Galar first. And Galar, again, they tried new things, right? They've been experimenting with more narratively focused Pokemon games, which I do appreciate. What I really liked about Galar was the 3+1 storylines. I thought that was really a good idea because it gives you 3 chances to catch an audience with a particular storyline instead of a make it or break it like it normally would be, right? That I really liked. I like that a lot. However, there were some issues, obviously. While I liked the 3+1 story, I think it was the Stars story, the one with the delinquent kids, I fucking hated that. Brazilian dancer, I'm offended. Well, I missed the mark then, Equa. Feel free to correct me. The Stars people, whoever they were, you know, the delinquent kids. Thumbs down. Hated it. Absolute trash garbage. Fucking awful. I'm not saying that because it's narrative written, but I came up in Pokemon when the villains of Pokemon were an actual, factual, credible, existential threat to the world, right? I came up when Team Rocket was actively stealing everybody's Pokemon and taking over the world. I came up when, in Ruby and Sapphire, when, the 2 teams, I can't remember their names right now, were actively going to destroy the world in the name of climate preservation. I came up in Sinnoh when Cyrus straight up said, I'm going to remake the universe in my image. That's my Pokemon villains, right? That's my Pokemon villains. And we went from having, I'm going to straight up remake the world with Pokegod, using Pokegod, and we went to when I got bullied in school, so I stopped going to school and built a gang. Which, don't get me wrong, it's Pokemon games change with the times, but it's like, it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating me. And going back to Galar, the big bad evil team just being a fan club, it's like, we went from having actual topical villains, right? Actual gangs, people interested in climate change, some weird fucking psychopath, PETA. We went from having that into a fan club in Galar and delinquent kids in whatever the other one is. That doesn't taste right, you know what I mean? Especially because, like, in Japan, they have been having an issue in recent years, plural, of delinquency in children, right? Lots of kids are not really seeing a future for themselves in academia. They're getting bullied to absolute bitch, which I empathize with. I empathize with them. But the big bad, the evil group, the people, the actual problem at the school was just some bullied kids. Like, it was like, it lacked narrative teeth, especially when you had they didn't have stuff. I'm gonna be honest here, I thought their clothes were stupid. They looked like dipshit teenagers and it felt like dipshit teenagers. I'm sorry. That's gonna be, if that's the word, if that's what I go out on, that's what I go out on. I didn't like Stars. I didn't like them at all. Literally, especially because when you make a team of bad guys, at least one of them needs to hit. You know what I mean? But if one of them misses, like, what if one of them the thing with having a team of villains, I think it was like 5 or 6 villains, the thing with having a group of villains is the positives of it is you do not need every villain to slap like a motherfucker. You can have some of them be duds. But what happens when one of your duds is a dud? And I see that in Team Star with the fairy dude. I actively fucking hate his guts. His entire fucking story is quite literally, I'm rich as fuck and I got bullied for it. Go fuck yourself. Like, actually, I need you guys to understand, we were so poor when I was a kid. Mama Brandier had to give me up to a friend of hers for a year because she could not keep me. She could not afford to feed me. And it was at a really formulative period in my life when I didn't even know who she was when she came to visit one time. And wah, I'm rich, and people bully me because I'm rich. Go fuck yourself. No. I was offended by that character. Actually offended. I never played SV, but I like Little Sad Boy of his Apple. Sun and Moon, Evil Team was good. Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon did a really good job of that. Sun and Moon did a really good job of that. So I didn't like Sun and Moon. I did not like Sun and Moon. But Sun and Moon did a lot of things right. But Scarlet Violet, SV, the Stars team, I hate. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Especially because, again, they're trying to have a narratively compelling story, and they're not. And you have to compare them to the Titan Quest, right? Where I actually teared up because I was like, aw, little boy is just trying to cure his dog and his piece of shit parents are absent. I get that. My parents were absent. I never had a pet, but I would have loved the fuck out of my dog too. That one hit home, right? That one I was like, okay, this one vibes. This one vibes. And also the penultimate, the +1, where we realize his piece of shit parents weren't piece of shit. They've been dead this entire time. Okay. I fuck with it. This fucks really good. I love that they actually put a canon death in Pokemon. That was, I believe, like the third canon death they've ever had in Pokemon, and it's the first time they've ever did it to a positive character. Because the last few times was Cyrus from Team whatever it was, and the Ends Pa or whatever it was, and like the guy from X and Y. Ooh, barely missed me. So for them to actually just straight up, the professor's been dead this entire time. Damn, that's some sauce. That's some sauce. I fuck with that, and it makes Homeboy's entire story that much more compelling because it wasn't piece of shit family. It was family on the verge of a major scientific discovery, a bona fide fucking time machine. Which, depending on the theories, wasn't actually a time machine, which just makes it even cooler and crueler. There it is. Which makes it even better to me, right? I was like, damn, that's the sauce. And then we go into the DLC of Kichikami Island or whatever it is, where we went from, you know, the fucking guitar riff of dead dog and dead parents into wah, this super mythical Pokemon doesn't love me, and then I haven't even beaten the other DLC yet, where he's like, wah, I turned evil because I didn't get what I wanted. Bruh, can you believe what I'm about to say, right? I feel the same way about him as I do that rich fucking brat from Team Stars. Go fuck yourself. And then the gym leader questline, you know, where you go around actually doing the gym stuff, I fucked with it. I fucked with it less because it was the last one I did out of the 3 storylines. But I really like your rival. I really like her a lot. I like how SV does touch on the struggles children have at school being different than their peers. Like, a big part of the, what's it called? A big part of the gym leader storyline was how your rival, I don't remember her name, but you know who I'm talking about, how she was just so much violently better at battling Pokemon than anyone else at school. If you listen to her dialogue really closely, you can see, you'll hear her talk about how she doesn't really have any friends because she's so battle hungry and is just way better than everyone else, 10 times out of 10. Like, she stomps everybody. And she's lonely because of that, and that's why she's so obsessed with you in the narration. Because you're the first person who, A, is able to stand toe-to-toe with her and not get immediately dusted, but also you're the only person that talks to her. And I think that's really sweet. I could have been done a little bit better, just a little bit, because a lot of people miss that kind of narrative beat. But I liked it. So out of like the 3+1 stories in SV, I would have to say Dead Dog, Dead Professors, she's your girlfriend, Gym Quest, and then fucking Stars. And then if you start adding in the DLCs go below Stars. I hate it. But going all the way back to Galar now, because I've gotten way off track. Galar tried new things. One thing that I really liked that a lot of people missed was the fossil Pokemon. At first, I thought the fossil Pokemon were just stupid, like dumb. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then when you look into the history of it and you realize during the late 1800s, early 1900s, when people were starting to look in the fossils and, history a bit more, a lot of archaeologists wanted to be the person who found a completely new species, so they could start cobbling shit together out of random different specimens they find. The fossil Pokemon from Galar is a reference to that, which I think is very interesting. I liked, how they started experimenting a bit more with competitively and mechanically interesting Pokemon. Like the fish one that has an ability that makes bite attacks deal 2 times more damage, and then it has a stupidly powerful bite attack, so it just starts smacking across the board. I like that. I think that's interesting, right? Did they do other things kind of shittily? Absolutely. The story, dud. It was a flat dud. I got no vibes from it. I did not care. The open area, interesting. Could have been more, but it was also a tech demo, right? The player customization could have been more, but it was a tech demo. A lot of Galar was basically a tech demo. They were trying to do a lot of things. A lot of it failed. Some of it did succeed, though. So, give them credit where credit is due. Did all the Pokemon slap for me? Not really, eh? Like, Galar has a lot of misses. Actually, here, let me check. What are the Galar mods while we're just kind of shooting the stuff right now? Galar Pokemon. Give me a second. Because it's taking a while because I'm doing my internet stuff and whatnot. But, like, give Galar some credit. It was trying to illustrate a more narratively complex Pokemon world. And it fucking failed because it was their first time doing it. So, these things happen. I do like Corviknight. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling for the ones that I actively like, not the ones that I'm just kind of ambivalent, trending positive towards. Like, these are Pokemon that I would use on my team, or if it was in real life, I would actually keep around the house, right? Like, that's how I'm approaching this. It's not looking good. Okay, yeah. I don't really like many of the Galar mons. Like, I'm ambivalent to them. I don't hate them like I do, like, Camera Up. I hate Camera Up. Camera Up is so fucking just to me, you know what I mean? How many fucking things do we have? Let's at least pack these up so I don't have to worry about them going anyplace. Excuse me. But yeah, Galar, it kind of shit the bed. It shit the bed in a lot of ways. It gave us some new Evos, which I respect, right? But I just went through a quick thing on Cherubi. it showed me only Pokemon that were completely and utterly native to Galar, so none of the evolutions. Like, I like Toxicity, but I don't like it that much. Like, I'm in Tokyo, right? I can go to the Pokemon Center whenever I want, right? We can agree on this. I'm not getting a Toxicity plush. I'm not doing it. I got Vaporeon, I got Leafeon, I got Umbreon right there. I'll take pictures if you do not believe me. I don't care enough about Toxicity to do that. I like Cinderace, but again, I'm not grabbing a Cinderace plush. I'll grab Mudkip if I feel like it. If I see a shiny Celebi or a shiny Jirachi, oh, you bet your ass. But, you know, I'm trying to find my way to the red bug right now. Hang on. So, that's kind of the thing. I respect it when they try new things. Sometimes, though, those new things are going to fall apart. Every time I hear Mudkip, my brain goes to that one meme. Which meme? Because I don't know the meme. I just like Mudkip. Like, Mudkip's my jam, dude. I love Mudkip. I like most of Hoenn. Except Camerupt. I fucking hate Camerupt. Mud? Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Is there... what's the joke there, cuz? So... yeah, I respect Galar for trying new things, but also Galar also has to contend with being the first of the Dexit Pokemon games, which is a whole different argument. Which, by the way, I disagree with Dexit because had they stayed with the really nice and really classic pixelized art style, they would have been able to have all of them in one game. Like, I'm still really spiced up about that. Like, they did not need to get rid of it. They did not need Dexit. It did not need to happen. Every time they talk about it, it's just bullshit after bullshit. Hear that one I heard? You like Mudkip's name? Yeah, I don't get the joke. Hello, this is the person I was looking for. Melody, I recall there was a melody once, but its sound no longer passed. Too long I've worked. From my mind vault, the imprint has faded with many things. It is like a remembered stand. But you may hear it still at the height of our core. There is means, system near complete, constructs old, built to the sound of our song. They only need to be set in functional form. They don't claim sawtooth circuit. Well, I want to grab that. I want to grab something. Like this. A flexible shell prosthetic. It would enhance a reader's flexibility, allowing evasive options. We need some craft metal, and I know where to get some. We're going on an adventure, folks. This is what happens when you watch me play video games. We go on adventures. But, yeah. So I respect Galar for trying new things, but it was always going to fail, especially with Dexit, which didn't need to happen. The 3D models, which really, to this day, are kind of ass. Like, I'm sorry. I like Pokemon, but the games would be better if they just stayed 2D. You know what I'm saying? They would have been better. Or Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I understand why people don't like them. I agree with why people don't like them. Which is, they are blood red remakes of Diamond and Pearl instead of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which were improvements. You know what I mean? But yeah, Galar had a lot of issues. They tried some new things. I respect it. Those new things did kind of fall on their fucking face. And that's okay. If Game Freak would learn. Even the 2.5 with HGSS, where houses had definitely fine, that was perfect. That was like a very healthy medium. Because the problem is Nintendo frequently runs really lightweight powered consoles, and they're trying to add in over 1,000 unique 3D models that each need specific animations for this and that and that and this, and it's the logistical fucking nightmare. You can't do it, especially on hardware like the Switch and the DS and the game stuff. Like, they should. That's part of the reason why I say black and white in HGSS were the peak. Like when they started getting into the moving sprites, that was peak Pokemon. You know what I mean? Can I see the big map, please? I want to make sure I'm not spelling anything. There's your big map. Happy now? You got all kinds of mappy business. And the map goes away. The wash color palettes destroyed my salt. Exactly. And they just look so stiff and lame. And it also forced them to do Dexit because now they literally did not have the storage space for all the Pokemon in game. Now, don't get me wrong, trying to figure out where to stuff 1,001 Poké Shitters in a game, kind of difficult, but at the same time, all they had to do was just add them into the game if you trade or transfer them in and just go from there. But instead, they just straight up disallowed you from doing that, and that's what cheeses the fuck out of my balls. So, yeah, bye-bye Tibbs, thank you for stopping by. It was such a poorly just done everything, and they still keep fucking up. And then, of course, there's the latest PR disaster of announcing a whole game, right? They announced a whole game, and before that game is even released, they already announced DLCs, plural, for those games. Like, they're just fucking up. And now Nintendo has a patent on the entire idea of summoning creatures for battle. Like this. Ugh. To be fair, Let's Go did amazing by limiting itself to 150 Pokemon. That's because Let's Go was just the original Pokemon games with a new coat of paint and some upgrades done. Like, you're gonna have a winning formula if you copy paste the same old painting and give it a new coat of paint. That's the problem. Galar was them adding on a bunch of new stuff and doing it shittily. Okay, so they cut finished game in half, also half DLC. Yeah, I really don't like that. That's like, bruh. You have not only locked new megas into DLC, but you're also turning the entire second half of the story. Why would you even say that? Like, why would you even say the story stuff they did? They should never have said it's a continuation. That was fucking stupid. Awful idea. But I think the reason why they did it like that, in their defense, is because they're trying to release, allegedly they're trying to release Gen 10 next year, which means they need to get ZA out the door and gone. So it's going to have a shortened life cycle, which does make some sense. Scuttle, artificial spine that class tied around the shell, enhances wearer's innate flexibility, allowing rapid retreat. Huh? What does this do? Oh, it's a sprint. That I have to hold down for it. I don't think I like that. Mostly because I have to use the D-pad to use it, which in a fight, it's sketch, you know what I mean? Not to mention one DLC is Pee Pee Poo Poo for babies, and another one is post-game, you get them together, exactly. We're just gonna go with that. The new game every 3 years is killing the franchise. I disagree, because one new game every 3 years allows them to actually put polish onto the game and make it good. The new game every year is killing the franchise because you're just shitting out shitty sequels every couple of weeks and months instead of actually taking the time to spit and polish a new game. I would rather wait 7 years for a continuation. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Look at the game. Look at the game. It'd be absolutely smash hit fabulous instead of getting a brand new game every year. Look at FIFA, look at EA's entire roster. Black Ops, Battlefield, all these stupid fuck-ass games keep getting a new continuation every single year, and they suck. It's a fact. New game every 3 years in a normal studio would be a very good turnaround time. Plus, if you need to keep Pokemon that relevant and that you need a new game every year, you want what you could do? You got a bunch of IPs is what you can do. You got fucking Animal Crossing, so they're doing that shitty Ditto thing, whatever. Cool, do that. You've got Pokemon Ranger, it's been sitting on the cooker for years. You got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, been sitting on that fucking cooker for years. You got all kinds of shit under your belt, and you just won't do it. I wish I wasn't so tall. I wish I was shorter too, so that way I would have more women who are taller than me available, because I think tall women are hot as fuck. But there's so much you can do, and they just don't, and it pisses me off. But instead, they try and release a new game every year. Instead of using some of the old IPs that they can just shit crappy sequels out for, they keep doing the same, thing. Like, again, that 3-year cycle would be perfect. 3-year cycle, a new mainline Pokemon game. And then next year, a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. And then the year after that, a new Pokemon Ranger. And then the year after that, guess what? It's a new mainline. And then guess what? It's another Mystery Dungeon. And then guess what? It's another Ranger. And so on and so forth. And it also gives you breathing room to make new IPs. Like, this is why I don't like Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo's operating style, because they just don't use the tools available to them to the degree they could use them. It's that draconian, old-ass Japanese work style that I've complained about before that is actively killing a lot of companies, and it's part of the reason why Japan itself is kind of struggling right now with its population. It's old-ass motherfuckers who refuse to adapt to the times and try new styles. They say it worked for my father and his father before me, so why would I change? And then, wow, Pikachu face when they shit the bed and fucking die. It's exactly what Nintendo is doing right now with the current IP dispute with Power World, because they are getting absolutely taken to the... because Power World came out and sold better than most recent Pokemon games have, and they got fucking scared, realizing they're gonna get absolutely destroyed on the market. So instead of trying to make a good game that does good game things, they're trying to murder the competition in its bed. That's Pokemon and Nintendo's issue right now, is they're scared of innovation and they would rather beat up the new kid instead of trying to beat the new kid at his own game. You know what I mean? If they would just try harder, they would see a massive difference in just everything. Fuck off. I think I know how to get rid of that thing too. Now that Snakey spoiled it. I really don't want to deal with it because it's going to be a pain in the ass. Go away. Okay. Pokemon Legends has been too big of a success. They will now milk it dry. The young are also more compliant in Japan because of the obedience culture there. The West is more content with the rebel phase. I disagree on both fronts. Pokemon Legends was not a massive, massive success. Pokemon Legends Arceus was actually very poorly received by most people because of how shittily made it was. And they're only doing Pokemon Legends ZA because of how many people want remakes of some of the older games, and they want Omega Alpha and Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby level remakes. So this is their way of compromising the two. They've already skipped over Unova, which I remember is very much wanted right now by the globe, because I really want it. And also, the young are also more compliant in Japan. I think you're making a unfair racial stereotype, to be honest, or nationalistic stereotype, because that is very much not the case from my observations. How the game never and will never tell you. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. How the game never and will never tell you? I got some ideas behind it. I got some ideas. No spoilers, because if I say it, I know you're gonna spoil it, and then I'm gonna be all kinds of mad. CH. But yeah, that's kind of my problem with Pokemon right now, is it's very draconian motherfuckers who just refuse to try new things with their IPs. Like, that is a part of Nintendo's success, is that they're so draconian and they hold on to their IPs with an iron fist, but it's also why they've been stagnating a lot recently. And yes, they keep dragging in the money, but that doesn't mean they're doing well. Like, it's a reason why you don't really see a lot of Mario spin-offs, is because the big executives at Nintendo don't want to risk their image on new stuff, which is also why the newest Mario game was particularly poorly received, because it just didn't do anything. I heard a lot of praise for Arceus, like a lot. You do know what an echo chamber is, right? Just checking here. So I'm wasting your time making you think explore. Yes, actually, because as I've pinned to the top of the chat, I don't want people doing that. It makes the game uncomfortable and unfun for me to play. I'd rather, if people are going to try and make me do something in a video game, I'd rather turn the video game off and just stop playing, because I play games to have fun and enjoy myself, not get bossed around like I would at work. So, yeah. I remember people saying very similar things to me when I was working, and wasn't fun times then either. Fine pin. 4 more to go. 4 more to go. Want to get that quest done first, at least. An echo chamber is a closed community, and I'm not a part of any closed communities. That's what an echo chamber would say. Remember, echo chambers can be very large, to the point where you do not realize they are echo chambers. Such as any Pokemon or Nintendo subreddit at all. You die, thank you. Arceus is mid. It was. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. It tried new things. A lot of those things went pretty well. Like being able to just windmill Pokemon balls willy-nilly. I loved the fuck out of that. That's like one of my favorite things they've ever added to a Pokemon game. I love that to bits. Other parts of it, not so much. I think one of the issues with SV was the mount system that they took from Arceus, but I still love them for trying. You will never do this in the future, and I would appreciate it if you kept that promise. I really liked Arceus, but Arceus was a pretty shitty Pokemon game. Like, remember, they took away abilities. Straight up just abilities. So, Arceus was not great. It did some things very well. I've heard about the Volo fight a lot, which, you know, I'm a sucker for a good strategic battle. But, oh, it's not a guaranteed drop. That's fucking fabulous. Wow. If they're so large, wouldn't they just be public opinion? Well, not necessarily. Go look at the Red Hats in the United States. Stripping battles and then having world's shittiest Pokemon battle frontier is a very funny move. Yep. Or just the battle frontier at all. Like, people have been wanting the battle frontier back since the last game it was in, and they refuse to add it back in. Because, again, draconian motherfuckers who want you to play their game their way, not their game your way, don't want people playing that. They don't want Pokemon to be a game that adults and people like you and me can play. They just want it strictly for children, which is, again, is part of that mindset. Here's how I give tips to streamers. I ask them if they want the tip, and then I give them a very hard riddle. Ooh, I hate riddles. I do like the ask if you want a tip, though. Because at least that gives the option for now. Sorry. But Pokemon, in my opinion, has not had a banger game come out in a couple of years. Like, Arceus was pretty cool. S&V had some nice ideas. Galar had some nice ideas. But none of them compete with Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and what's it called? Black and White. Nothing compares to them. They're just the best. That's just the best. And yeah, They just haven't done that for a while. And it's very disappointing. And I don't get me wrong, I have issues with Pokemon Go as well. Pokemon Go has a lot of issues in my opinion. But they're different issues. So, yeah, we'll see how ZA goes. I adore the idea of being able to... I really like some of the ideas they've had cooking up right now. I haven't looked at too many of them, but the ones I've seen I've really appreciated. Like, apparently you can sneak up and ambush trainers and they can ambush you. It makes me a little nervous for what's the word I'm looking for? For balancing. Like, how do you intend to balance around that? Do you intend... Is that going to be like the de facto way to dunk on the NPCs? How often is that going to be available? XYZ, ABC. But I love it when they try new things. Oh wait, I hate these guys. Jesus. Oh. Hang on. I hate anything that can parry and then do like 4 hits of damage. Honestly, one of their best games was Snap. I don't like Snap. I feel like every gen has a sprinkling of undercooked potential, 1 graphical step forward and 2 mechanical steps back. Generally speaking, yes. I think that's been the case since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Because if you held my feet to the fire, and you don't gotta hold my feet to the fire for this one, and asked me for one really nice mechanical upstep Omega and Alpha did, I adored the super training system, because before then I had never gotten into EV or IV training or any of that stuff. And it made it so accessible for younger me to try and get into competitive Pokemon. And I never did end up getting into competitive Mons, but the option was there, and I always really appreciated that. Curious how much Wolvie sources here in the West is going on. What the fuck is Wolvies? Going to affect Nintendo's view of the competitive side of things. What the fuck is Wolvie? What are you talking about? Okay. Oh, it's friend. It's friend. Oh, I thought that was some big bug doing something to a corpse. Oh, okay. Looking for goodies of your own, dear one. You do well to avoid the dark vaults near here. They say keepers inside were jealous hoarders even before the Silk Curse came down on them. You have more familiarity with the citadel than most, madame. How long have you been here surviving amongst the haunted quarters? Oh, long enough. It's not such a bad lot, all told. The memories of my pilgrimage here all faded now, but a life spent in the citadel's golden halls was all I ever wished for. And lo and behold, my humble wish was granted. Certainly the place might be a bit past its prime, but it'd be churlish of me to complain now, wouldn't it? Oh, she's sweet. He's a big creator on YouTube during videos of the competitive Pokemon. Last I checked, Nintendo hates competitive Pokemon for some reason. And I still don't know why. It's free fucking advertisement. A part of the issue is Japan's draconian as fuck copyright laws. Like, it's bad. Like, apparently in Japan, it is a copyright violation for you to stick in a reference to somebody else's IP in your work. So say, for instance, you were to add into Silksong... actually, no. You guys remember Terraria? You know the Soul Scythe in Terraria, how that is a reference to Soul Eater, which was one of Red's favorite anime? That is a copyright violation under Japan law and can get him sued to bits. Didn't they release a phone game all about competitive Pokemon Battle League? Yeah. I think that was all they were ever going to do around it, though. I think that was them experimenting with that and then choosing not to do anything with it. In true Nintendo fashion. If that makes any sense. I think they're going to be more willing to experiment with that in ZA because they are locking the new megas for the starters behind ranked play. I think they're sabotaging it though. Like, if you haven't heard, the new megas for the starters of X and Y are being locked behind ranked play. So Grid Ninja, I think, is going to be the first one. And then after that entire season plays itself out, then I think it's going to be the Fox, and then there'll be whatever the last one is, Chestnut or something. Yeah, it's super ass. I think it's their way of encouraging people to try ranked play, but I think it's going to fail. And the reason why I think it's going to fail is because players don't like being forced to do anything. One of the most powerful entities, the Japanese lawmaker, that's any place though, unfortunately. So I think they're playing the smother in its crib. Same as Gigantamax Galar starters were DLC, but Charizard is base game. Yeah. So I think they're intentionally trying to smother it in its sleep before it's actually born. It seems like the kind of thing they would do, unfortunately. And then when inevitably people are upset about it and they're like, whinge, whinge, whine, whine, they're gonna be like, oh, see, people don't like rank play after all, and then they're just gonna take it as an excuse not to put more development time to it. That's what I personally foresee happening. Whether or not I'm right, remains to be seen. But I'm pretty sure we can all agree I'm probably right. But we'll see. I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again. People are upset, but they already paid, so who cares? Exactly. They already gave us money, so why do we give a fuck? Which is the exact shitty mindset that allowed for Pal World to absolutely stomp their fucking nuts in. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm thumbs up about that. I'm thumbs up about Power World. I love Power World. I think it's great. I only played it in its early access, but I'm looking forward to playing it on full release. And like, that's my point that I'm trying to make, is they're so backwards and so regressionist minded that they got absolutely throttled by an independent developer. Like, I remember when Power World came out, and it was big. Was it big? No. But it was big enough to make Nintendo's lawyers sit up and go, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the overarching issue. I think it's more of a symptom than anything. They sat up, realized they actually have real deal competition, and instead of sitting up and being like, okay, we need to knock it out of the park, they're trying to sue their way out of trouble. Like, that's the kind of mindset I'm saying. They're engaging in 1980s, 1970s corporate espionage instead of taking it on the chin and rolling on. They need more health competition. They just need more competition. I like Power World, but they lean too much in Pokemon with guns for their own good. Like, they could have been less obvious. That was the entire point, though. Their entire point was to kick Nintendo in the nuts and see what happens. Which, unfortunately, led to our current situation, where Nintendo's like, neener, we filed an overreaching patent issue. And then also the patent office gave them one of the most just insane patents ever. So we have to deal with that. Hopefully it gets thrown out of court. For those of you that aren't aware, by the way, Nintendo filed a patent for summoning creatures and then using those creatures to do battle. Alright? That's the patent. That's it. So, any instance of somebody summoning anything and using that in a combative sense infringes on that copyright. So, me using the Cogfly constitutes a copyright violation under that new patent. It is that umbrellaed. We are all gonna know is Pokemon with guns. They didn't need to be so visually obvious about it. Yeah, we all know, but they all don't know. There's more than just us, Tibbs. Remember, that echo chamber. They needed to sell the gameplay harder as an Arc-style game. Player-based needed longevity. But boofing Nintendo in the balls like that was free advertisement, and it worked. I refuse to believe that. Is that for real? Yeah, look it up. Like I said, there's that echo chamber again. You ain't been hearing the news. So that is an actual patent that has cleared the U.S. Patent Office. It's not even in consideration now. It is signed law. It's real. A lot of people on Reddit, at least from what I could see, are very upset about it. I completely agree with them being upset about it because that is a clear display of patent overreach. Now, will it hold up in its first case where Nintendo first tries to use it to sue? Probably not. Because again, that takes out everything. It hits Digimon, it hits Final Fantasy, it hits everything. It hits World of fucking Warcraft, for pity's sake. So the first time it hits court, it's probably gonna get thrown out. But the fact they even tried to get something like that patented at all is just disgusting. And is what I'm talking about when I say 1980s corporate espionage. They're not even trying to be competitive. They're not trying to protect their IP or anything. They're actively trying to kill the baby in the crib. Like, it is textbook 101 wannabe monopoly. And that's all there is to it. And it sucks. And even then, I still invest in Nintendo because fuck it, number go up. Rise me up the wall. But they are a safe investment because of how doggedly they protect their IPs. So, yeah. From an investor perspective, though, I don't like it. Other investors really like Nintendo's overreach with that patent because it protects the fuck out of their IP and, by extension, my and their investment. However, I don't like it because it's not, in my opinion, healthy to see a company's senior leadership so doggedly pursue anti-competitive measures. I want to see a company actively trying to innovate and change instead of staying in the past and trying to maintain its domination, King of the Hill style, by pushing everyone else off the hill, if that makes any sense. So it makes... We stop chasing me down, like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Hang on. There we go. There we go. I was worried. I'd have to go into this guy. Come on, let me get a swing off. Come on. Okay. That was 3 whole hearts of damage. Let that pop. We're gonna use the tax. I don't care. Hopefully it's good enough. Take him out. It's not good enough. Okay. Fucking finally. Okay. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. I was just about to reply to Tibbs too, but I don't remember what he wrote. Okay. We're now at a handle the amount of bugs. Okay. Why did I know there was going to be more? I see why somebody said they saw a video on this place. I see why now. If I die here, I'm going to be... If I die at this point, I'm going to be... You gotta be kidding me. We're dying here. We're dying here. Come on. We're playing it safe. Bruh! Does it ever fucking end? Oh, my hands are sweating. Okay. Oh. 2 palms down. This one's handleable. We're about to see a rage quit. I'll make sure everyone's aware of that. We're about to see a rage quit. It's always the aerials. Summon creatures and let it fight. How's that a pattern? Yep. That's exactly what I mean. Okay. Boy, that just goes on forever, doesn't it? See, that's another one of those issues I'm talking about with spoilers, Snake. Yo, now you're talking. I can infer from your comment there's more after this. It was at the Grand Bellway. Boy, it just keeps going on and on and on. Let's move around. Bye-bye, Tibbs. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoy that little bit of fun U.S. patent news, because I know I sure fucking did. Insanity. That's even a patent now. It's not going to hold up in court, but just still is so... I remember when Nintendo were supposed to be like the good guys, you know what I mean? Fucking just bruh. Alright. Now that we have this, where are we supposed to go find it? So we turn it in there, okay. Which was first shrine. But yeah. So, as somebody who invests in Nintendo, I like that they're so protective of their IP, but they're way too protective, is my issue. Where do I even turn? There we go. Find pins, which grants attack. Heavy Rosary Nexus, acquired, 220. What do you have again? I remember you have something expensive. Sentence Grip, no, I don't want that. Gleaming Key, there was something nearby. Spool Extender could be interesting. How much do we have? 220, 300, 330, 360, so not nearly enough. Not nearly. Nope. Alright. Let's reload the area real fast, see if anything changed. Survey says... this place must provide shelter to every vagabond when you supplies, so we might as well donate to this. Still not sure what this donates to, but, you know, fuck it. There we go, 301, 309. Donate. Oh, thank you, blah, 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 blah. The problem with Nintendo is that they refuse to expand and adapt and change, and they are coasting off the victory. They're coasting off of victories from the past, and for me, that's not a good sign. I like how the stock keeps going generally up, even in these hard times, but I don't like how they just refuse to adapt and change. Remember, Squid Kids was the first new Nintendo IP in almost 20 years when it came out. Like, they could stand to do more, is what I'm trying to get at. They could stand to try a bit harder, experiment a bit more, you know, being more than just the guys. And also the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is such a fucking train wreck right now. I think a thing that I don't like that I found out with the release of the Switch 2 was that... Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go someplace. I'm trying to remember where I was trying to go. I remember now. Thing I learned Switch 2. When the Switch 2 was announced, they also announced that it would be able to self-destroy itself. No tip. It would be able to self-delete itself if it detected tampering or if it detected tampering of any sort. And I remember... Well, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that's pretty fucking shitty. Because the way it detects is by detecting voltage differences in certain pieces of equipment and stuff. So if you had a particularly old cartridge, it would self-break, right? A lot of people don't like that. I don't like that. We can all agree it's really fucking shitty. Come on. Yes, yeah. Ooh, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. Okay, now we have some rocks. Hell yeah! Let's go see where we can spend them. We could well, we don't have any ore. Hang on. What I found out though was that is not a unique thing. It is actually an issue that a lot of modern equipment has. So your phone is equipped actually, yes, your phone, Apple, Android, Huawei, whatever, is actually equipped with the ability to self-terminate itself if the manufacturer doth desire. That is an actual fact, and it drives me fucking crazy. So Nintendo aren't the first ones to do it. They're just the first ones to actively advertise it. The second one was a spell check at first. Okay. Nintendo's not the first ones to do it. They're just the first ones to be so loud with it, which makes me wonder what in the actual singular fuck is happening with their everything team. Because why would you announce that? Why is that a selling point? We can brick your console if you do fucky wucky shit with it. Like, why? What was the thought process there? Oh, oh, hello!
Oi.
Ahoy there! I was hoping we would meet here, Red Maiden. Rising at last to the heights of the Citadel and being amongst so many of my brothers and sisters is a blessing indeed. Yes, a blessing. Your voice belies some hesitation in that belief, little pilgrim. You have seen now the reality of this broken place. What do you make of it truly? Do not judge me a doubt. Do not judge me a doubter. The Citadel is a holy place indeed, resplendent and vast beyond my wildest hopes. But yet, the great halls ache with silence, and I see suffering in the shadows whenever I peer too deeply. Fear and pain. Why were these things allowed into our paradise? Have my brothers and sisters not yet earned their holy reward? This place is holy, yes, but I worry at the suffering of our fellow pilgrims, so many hurt and exhausted. Your doubts and worries will not heal them little. If you would aid your fellows, you can start by dressing their wounds. The simple rags found around the settlement will do for bandages. Well, that's an excellent idea, Red Maiden. Normally, I'd think a song would suffice, but yes, more direct action is certainly needed. And the Citadel itself shall provide the materials. Praise be the holiest of holy places. All your work and look, they keep arriving. It's bugs aplenty up here. Hapless, weak, but alive they are. More scared than weak, it seems to me. It is heartening knowing these few have survived safe for your care. That's your work, bell ringer, not mine. Ringing and helping. Hope they recognize your efforts, cause I ain't providing much, and I ain't one for fighting if that choir and their pins ever come call. I enjoy some starberry jelly for it to be. Haunted brethren wandering halls still wear fine white cloaks. The settlement will greatly benefit with their protection. Okay, let's go get some more. Nintendo really has begun to rest on their laurels. It's not healthy for a company to do that, and it makes me concerned with the future. Now, maybe, right? Maybe there is a distinct possibility that Pokemon Legends ZA is going to come out and it is going to slap. It's not just going to slap, it's going to slam. It's going to fuck. There is also a distinct non-zero possibility it fucking sucks. Oopsies. Okay, we're going back. We talking about the raw Nintendo power? Partially. I'm just kind of talking about the state of Nintendo and Pokemon as a whole. But yeah, that new Nintendo patent, don't you worry. I know all about it. And if there's anything I've ever seen, I'm not a patent lawyer or anything, but if I've ever seen a patent that should not be, that's definitely one of them. But yeah, I'm just frustrated, you know what I mean? I get frustrated with bad business sense, right? That stuff drives me crazy. And yup, they've had some bad fucking business sense in recent years. It's very, very frustrating for me. It's very annoying, very frustrating. I don't appreciate it. And I don't have anything else to talk about because I'm pretty sure I was having a PTSD thing earlier. Okay. Fuck that guy. Fuck him and his mama. So, yeah, and I also just don't know what else to talk about. I'm looking forward to when Pal World 1.0 comes out. I might play it on stream again, I'm not really sure. I remember playing it on stream a couple years ago when it first came out. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. But it's also like, do I want to just kind of have it to myself? You know what I mean? I'm not really sure yet. I'm still kind of debating on that. There's a lot of games I want to play. I would like to complete Silksong. Before I tried another game soon. So I'm still kind of just like, okay, so that's how you're supposed to get over there. So I'm just still debating on a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Still debating on a lot of stuff. But yeah, Nintendo's been... they've been weird lately. Okay, I'm starting to see the path. I'm starting to see the pattern in the path. Nintendo's definitely been a bit weird lately. Yeah. But there's better news to talk about and stuff. But like I said, Randy was also... Nope. Okay. We're okay. I love a jump, ain't it? But, you know. Come on. Come on. Just relax. Just relax. Nope. Not time. Oh. Look at me go! We're learning! Oh, and this one's gonna be spicy. Oh, look at that. That's real spicy. Give me a second. We can do this. So just go over here! Please be a chair. Oh, that's not a chair. That's an enemy. That's two enemies! But I'm still goated! You couldn't say... I understand now. Don't know what this does. This! Ah, finally. Is there a chair nearby? Hopefully. Doobie 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 doo. Uh-oh. I'm gonna run into something and immediately get slapped. I'm just gonna die on the spot. Oh. Right. And I see enemy! Woo! Come on. Alright, we're halfway to heals. That's great. Walking carefully. Oh, here's death. Found death, guys. On the end. Oh, no. Yeah, motherfucker. Rude. Ass. Fuck. Yep, there it is. Alright, so we found the Pope. We found the Pope. Hi, Pope. At least I think he's the Pope. I'm gonna call him Robo Pope. His name is Robo Pope. Die. I love shredding them. That's like the best part for me. Alright, go down here. Pop. Get shredded anyways. Because of course, why not? Why wouldn't I get shredded for parrying the fucking saw blade? I don't know. One over here. Pop. Wait for it. Pop. Pop. Just keep going. Don't freak out. Excuse you. And there we go. Okay. No, oh, well. Doobie 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 whoop up. Mana bada 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 brum. There we go. Alright, back to work. Hopefully that little guy pops up again so I can farm him for health. Little guy! Little buddy! There he is. Alright. We should be more okay this time. Hola, I'm back. ¿Cómo está? Roar! Fucking furry. Okay, that's great. Do that. Thank you. That's why I saved that. Dump you. Nope. Come on. There it goes. There goes one. Get some thumbtacks out. Okay. Just get some thumbtacks out. It'll be okay. Ooh. Okay. More thumbtacks. More thumbtacks. Now. There go those two. They always do these two flying fucks together. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that. No, let's fuck out of that. It's sword guy and the throwy guy. Always. Like, they adore that combo for some reason. Okay. Come on. Come on, bud. You said you wanted to be a problem. No. Heal. Thank you. Come on. Boop. Pop. Come on, let me taste your prostate. Thank you. Okay. I am going to say, big complaint. These stupid little coliseums that keep popping up. The first few times, okay. Whatever. When it keeps happening, it gets really tedious. Especially when you put the most annoying enemies in the game in you. Up. 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 Come on. Oop, there he goes. Alright, Pope Leo. Get your fat ass out here. Oh, you're not even a Pope. You suck. You're just a little cringe nay baby. Come here, have some of that. Haven't I killed one of these before? Well, now I definitely have. You, nom. We continue forwards. What was around? It's around here. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Whispering vaults. Into oh. False. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. I was thinking, oh shit, it's what's his face's person. No, it's just a fat fuck that reminds me of Smo. Look at him, it's totally Smo without his hammer. And there's that 2 hearts of damage again. Jesus. Well, we have a lot of red stuff. We should probably make stuff out of that. Why'd you moan like that, you weirdo? Did you hear him moan? Ew. Disgusting. Nope. No. No, little slashy bug. Nope. There he goes. Okay. So what's going on? Okay, so he goes What do we have over here? No one's here right now. Sorry, somebody opened the door nearby. What the fuck was that? See you. I see you back there. Where? Hang on. See an item. Psalm cylinder. Metallic cylinder of Citadel mic etched with a record of sound. The Citadel can be played on a gramophone. That's old piece. What's going on up here now? Oh, thank yous. Wait. Ah. Oh. There he is. Hello. She carries a precious cylinder. She must give, share, claw to claw. Pass it, and this vault keeper shall grant their wisdom. Just a small taste, a trickle, a glimmer of our Citadel's sacred understandings. Give the song? Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Yes, she gives. It is ours. I have passed the relic, vault keeper. Now uphold your promise and aid me with your insight. Full demanding of a vault keeper. Hers is impudence enough to bring death. It should not carry the scent of weaver spawn. So you know something of my ancestry, learned bug. If it gains me favor here, then I'll expect your service in full. Blech. Dead, your vicious kind are meant to be. Better, methinks, to stay as such. Ugh. But this one was taught, it shall fold its claws, it shall pass its knowledge as much as gleaned. Only to a first child must a vault keeper defer. Keep safe, vault keeper. I may expect your service in the future, and I'd not have you pass before that task is complete. No fool this keeper is. Lived long, watched its fellows wither, but it shall not die. Not yet, not while knowledge needs be sought. This pact is made, weaver spawn, insight for us, both she and it. This holy citadel in glory and fall, there are holes in its history, even to a keeper's knowledge, even to the vaults. Seek the cylinders she must, those objects of intricate insight. Bring more for this keeper, and only this keeper, for in this citadel none are left possessed of sound sharp mind as it. Interesting. Okay. Now we can do your left. And we seek insight in Bloodborne. No, it's another pull. I literally just killed you. Nerd. Ow. Oh yeah, I forgot I have that. I forgot I have the hook shot. Ha! Oh dear, that'll actually probably be more useful if I remember that I have it. These things. Fucking annoying is what they are. Come on. Come on! Die already. Thank you! You don't like this guy's personality? I've met people like him. They're not that bad. I like people who are simple, if anything, and he's pretty simple. Where, oh, where are we? Here? I always expect there to be a wall someplace. Nope. Excuse you. Nope, nope. Bye-bye. How about over here? Okay. Nope, not doing with that. Oh, there was something over there. Hello. Hi. I love the Popat. The Popat's cute. Ow. I guess he didn't like that comment about Popat being cute. We'll call him Popat the spiky. Okay, there that goes. Popat the spiky. Here, no. Here, maybe. Let's do this door first. It looks like another spawn camp room. That's gonna be annoying in a second. But first, let's go up. Nope, 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 nope. Ow, nope. There it goes. Alright. What was this just then? Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Oh, Jesus. Ah. No. O great land, whose flame doth falter, whose choir conductors all doth fail. Observe, take heart, that spark still burning, yon butterfly of crimson grace. All bells shall peal and voices raise, when brave Trobio steps at last upon the stage. Okay, it's gonna be one of those. But I have an idea where doth shortcut lead. So now... what were we talking about earlier? I was bitching about Nintendo for a while. Give me all these. I need these now. Thank you. Finally. What's going on over here? Hola, chica! Oh, drab and trembling squib, you who timidly step upon the great stage, fate has seen you chosen. Cast away your fear and join me as my partner. Farloom's flame may flicker, but together we shall spark it ablaze. Let us enliven this citadel, lost to silence. Let us rouse the soul of this once great land. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I knew it! Why? Why? I was thinking it reminds me of the Nightmare boss from the DLC. You know the one. The one sick as fuck Troubadour bug. Love that guy. Sick as hell. No. Okay. This guy's spicy. I do like how the balls are very anti-aerial playstyle. Come on. So we just gotta play defensively for a bit. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Not like that. Alright. We learned a little bit about that there. So we opened the shortcut, so I'm going to treat him as an optional boss for now while we explore the rest of this mess. Try to figure out what's all going on. Such like, let's go away. There. You ever wonder what those bugs were like in real life before they became all kinds of crazy? You bitch! Gotta go all the way around again. But, yeah. Brandy don't have a whole lot positive to talk about today, I guess. Alright, what's going on over here? Ah, indeed, something indeed. What is this, Looks like a fucking problem. Wait, is that it? It's just silk? I hate it when they do that. That's the worst. These are the worst. Oh, you scutsy little bitch. No, where'd he go? I thought he was about to do a Kamehameha for this then. No. No. Okay. 2 hearts of damage is a heart too many. Okay. You guys ready to see that body? So now we know it's over there. Bunch of fucking silk. Let's continue down. What was over here again? Was there anything important over here? Oh yeah, this area has a little box down there. So we haven't explored fully to the left here yet, because I remember we dived right into there. Yep, that guy's awake. Come here, bud. Thank you. W's. What's going on in here? This might be an actual true puzzle room. At least it looks like it. Reminds me of Catherine. There we go. Reminds me of Catherine. You guys ever play Catherine? I played a little bit of it when I was younger. It was a very interesting introduction. Silk Eaters are good. Are good though. Oh yeah, we probably should go back and go get all that. Those gems we had. Nothing over there. Probably should. Don't want to though. Unless we already died. I don't know. Yep, there it is. Up. You. There we go. There. How about over there? Big brain. Oh, that's cool. I did damage. Bruh. Up. You. Oh, was that not the right decision? There she goes. On the bell. Nope. Alright, how about up? Thank you. And switch. Ooh, shiny. Ah! Hell no! I wasn't expecting to find that there. But we will take that motherfucking W. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Pardon, sa. There we go. Nope, excuse you. That's gonna be, that's number 1 on the list. Like, that's just number 1 on the list. We just gotta. Puppers! Take me to Bellheart, please. Do. Whoop. Off the pop. Up here. One's up there. Some more damage would be much appreciated. Up here and one's up here. 1, 2, 3. Bing. Hello. Hi. Pinmaster, I've acquired the oil with which my needle may see further sharpening. Bonva, what wonder, what wish to steal a gift so fine. Few are the pinmasters of our age that ever worked with such a substance. Yes, sir. Tano, we shall work now as never. What joy you grant this humble artisan traveler. Let us seek that shine thought lost within these lands. Wish granted. And now this pinmaster must work. Let sharpening begin. Ew. Ew, it pulsates. Mmm. Done it is! Marvel of farthing. See how it gleams, your long, fine blade? Avast! The pins of our land all once held such shine. So much we have lost. This is fine service, Pin Master. It has been long age since I've seen my needle such. I had not remembered the finesse of its forging. Bloody ho! It is certain yours is a blade of finer make than most. One of few that can bear even more sharpening. If ever upon your long road more oil is acquired, seek my service with haste. Who knows what form we could find deeper within your weapon sharpened steel. Very nice. What you think of the oil? What do you mean? Oopsies, didn't mean to hit that button. It's a damage upgrade, last I checked. Yep. It's a damage upgrade. I don't like the way that it pulsates and did the little squirty squirt. Don't like that. That's kind of grody. It's kind of nasty. But whatever. Hello, Pupper. He's so cute. I love him. Next time it'll cost you money. There's them spoilers again. There's them spoilers again. Okay, where's the thing? There we go. Thank you. Let's get back up to the first run because I still really don't want to deal with everything else right now. I don't want to deal with the high halls, whatever's going on over there. That's just a pain in the ass. There we go. Boom, boom. Alright, how do we get to the vaults again? How? Because I don't want to know what I have to look forward to. I don't want to know that it costs money. I want to discover it for myself. That's the fun of the game, my guy. That's the enjoyable part. Positives and negatives. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, he went right into the spikes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Back we go. Where was the way in again? Where was that at? It was over here! But what were we talking about earlier? I've completely blanked on all the topics. Nerd! I still love doing that. Just run by, dunk, and just keep running. Alright, what else do we have here? Shame I can't uppercut and get these things to go up. Really nice. These are all slanted so they don't want me playing fun game. Oh, I see what we're supposed to do there. Yes! Suffer! Suffer! Boop. Alright. I know what we're supposed to do now. Will it let me? No, it won't. Okay. Boop. This place has a lot of shinies in it, that's for sure. Boop. And now we have to push it all the way back. And there we go. 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut it the dwarf. Nope, not dealing with you. Back all the way back. Damn. Oh, so that's what these two witwits are hiding here. Excuse me. Okay, that's great. Okay, there we go. There it goes. Okay, that takes an extra hit at least. That takes the A hit off. Oh. Okay, I thought it was gonna be slick, but no, no slickness here. Separate the dipshits. Okay. That's great. That's crazy. We continue on. Where even are we on the map? We're down here at the bottom. Oh, so we could just go straight to the stage and go after What's-His-Face again. That might be entertaining. Sorry if I'm kind of getting quiet. I'm just kind of pensive right now. I'm still thinking about Nintendo, but I'm also thinking about other stuff, you know? Hola, chica. ¿Cómo está? Hello. Hi. This time should be a little... We're still learning. Bit. Where you at? Come on. I think I can, yeah, I can seem to get about 2 slams off. Come on. Okay. That's great. Nope, 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 nope. Thinking. I've been wanting to do more research into the broader market lately so I can invest a bit better, because one of my big hobbies I like to do is invest in the stock market, because I think it's really interesting the way the various economies interact with each other and, you know, stuff like that. But the problem is it's freaking impossible to look and research into that sort of stuff right now without seeing a whole... Did he just get rid of my things? He did! What a guy! Yeah, okay. That's nice. So... But it's impossible to do that sort of thing without seeing current events and just becoming more and more cognizant of the state the world is in right now. It's rough. It's rough. Makes your boy big sad. I was actually debating on not streaming today because I was kind of in just a sour mood for a good chunk of the day. And I still kind of am. But I wanted to at least, you know, try to get online today and do online stuff. I wanted to at least, you know, put in the effort and stuff. You can kind of hear it in my voice now. Like, I was kind of energetic earlier because I had something to blab about properly. But now, right now, I just kind of don't. So I'm just kind of running on as much autopilot as I can. Pupper! Oh, he's having a nightmare. Whenever they breathe like that, you can see animals are having a nightmare. Those little short, quick breaths. It's adorable. It'd be more adorable if they weren't, you know, afraid and whatnot. But which reminds me, I keep getting TikToks. I love whenever I'm dicking around on TikTok and I get stupid little cat videos. But like lately, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of people. I don't want to call it abuse, but I would call it abuse. Like, they'll allow their cats and their pets to do something they know is harmful, and I just can't abide by that, you know what I mean? Like, I saw one cat stick its paw, into an open electrical socket, and you know they had to have known the cat was doing it, because they were in the kitty's face, watching it put its paw into the electrical socket, and it actually got electrocuted. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I keep seeing it every now and again. And I hate that because it's just so disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, you care so little about your pet. You're just gonna watch it put itself into such a dangerous position like that. People like that are actually disgusting in my eyes. Or like how they'll allow their pet to touch hot oil or a hot stove. Because again, they're videotaping this happen, so they know what's happening. They're watching, and they're just letting it occur. It's like that I can't abide by. You know what I mean? It's really just, oh my goodness. So I always try to report those videos when I see them. Or like whenever I see people wake up that kitten by just waking it up by just standing it up all of a sudden. That's like really that's kind of a cruel thing to do to your pet, first of all. Like, especially that young, like people, like, this is gonna sound weird, right? But doing that can actually cause your cat to live a shorter life, if you can believe it, because they'll actively sleep less deeply around you because they're worried about you waking them up because they don't see you quite the same way. And like, then you just hear people wonder why their pets fucking ate them. I'm like, no shit. You let it put its paw into a burner of hot oil, which is one of those videos I saw. And another just lets them put it into an electrical socket, while another still just actively shakes their cat awake for no reason. Like, they weren't checking to see if it was alive or anything. They're just like, yeah, I'm gonna bother this animal because I can. It's so awful. I hate animal exploitation. Oh, bro, it's so bad. Like, I love seeing cats. I love seeing cats occasionally get into, you know, situations. Like, one of my favorite videos ever of a cat was a mother cat bathing its kitten while the kitten is sleeping, and she accidentally knocks it off a stool, and you can hear the little thump hits the ground. Like, I love the little cat noise they make. I love the little noises they make whenever they go thwomp on the ground and fall off things. I think it's hysterical. But at the same time, like, you allowed your cat to put its paw into a live electrical socket. I wouldn't let a person do that. And you're just doing that to your beloved pet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? I can't stand that. I try and report them now, but TikTok doesn't really allow you to report for animal abuse. Well, I'm not even sure if it's animal abuse thing. I consider it animal abuse. Like, it would be neglect if you caught a video of a parent allowing their kid to just stick its thumb into a live socket and, you know, shock the piss out of themselves. And Kitty had the appearance of being okay, which I suppose is something. Not really that great, because, you know, like, you can actually see its body stiffen and do the whole little wiggle worm thing. Just awful, man. I hate people. People are the worst. And, don't get me wrong, though. I do like seeing cats fall off of things. Like, that's always a good time. It's always funny watching a cat try and do a jump and then fuck the jump off and you just hear a little as they hit the ground. I love that. Those are so good. But then you got, you know, the bad eggs who just can't be trusted, I guess, to take care of a pet they, you know, took responsibility for. Those kinds of people are just the worst. That's great. Oh, hello. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, we're dead. No. Still hanging on. I'm still in there. Ooh. I keep forgetting about the tornado, and I only get. Oh, okay, yep, there was. As someone who's been overprotecting my cat, he scares me when he sleeps because he sleeps heavy. Yeah, that's one thing, and I understand waking up a cat from that because you're worried. But like what this person did is just took a cat and they'll like shake the fuck out of them, and they're not even sleeping that deeply. And also, you shouldn't wake up your kitty when they sleep that deeply, because it means they trust you and they care. And then, well, they think you're safe enough to be around to actually rest. So, I'm not telling you what to do if you're a critter, but, you know, you probably should, and just, you know, let sleeping dogs lie. Now, if they've been asleep for 24 hours, you're kind of like, hey, bud, do I need to get the shoebox? Then, you know, do what you gotta do. But you know what I mean? You've probably seen the video I'm referring to, because it's like all over the place on animal compilations all the fucking time. It's so annoying. I think you're close to beating him. Probably not, since we just died. The good version is the gentle pet in the merp. Yeah, that's the ones I like. I love those. Those are great. Like, this guy took a kitten that was sleeping outside, flipped it onto its feet, and you just see it go right into the fucking camera as it's all nice and pissed off. I'm like, bro, why are you? No, leave it the fuck alone. Like, it was sleeping, it was fine. All you're doing is just being a bitch. You know what I mean? it's like, bruh. It's like, bruh. You're not checking on your pet. You're not ensuring they're alive. Like, you can even see by the way the cat's stance is that it was asleep, because, you know, it was lying on... It was doing that kind of cat half-stomach thing. But... Good. Let me just... Bruh. People abuse the fuck out of their animals. It drives me up the wall. There is one that I like to see every so often of a homesteader with a bunch of pets and whatnot. He has a bunch of cats because they're really good for rodent control and stuff. I like seeing him every so often. He has I think it's a Chihuahua or a Beagle he calls Minion. I really like those two. Those two are really cool. It's really cool. Because he just talks about his homestead and thing he does. Like, he has a bunch of ducks he keeps for eggs and sometimes food, depending on the season. And a couple of his TikToks were about him training his cats not to go eat the ducks. The reason I get scared is because a few weeks ago he fell from the stairs. I did cat-proof stairs, didn't work. Cats are bouncy though. As long as he didn't land too badly, he's probably fine. Probably, but let me guess, older kitty? Because I can understand an older kitty, because, you know, once they get up there, it starts getting kind of touch and go-y, you know what I mean? 3-year-old cat? Oh, that's young as fuck. You've got years to spare. Wait for the tornado. Tornado again. Tornado a thrice. Come on. I hate when he opens up out of the platform into tornado, because then I just don't have the time to react. Come on. Ooh, he getting spicy. Come on, where you at, bud? No. There he is. Come on. But yeah, that's just mostly me bitching about people being shitty to animals on TikTok and stuff. Because, you know, animals are nice. I like animals. I do like whenever I see some of the more exotic animals and stuff too. I found a funny one of a guy cutting down an old tree, having to evict a raccoon, and the raccoon just goes skydiving to get away. That was kind of silly in a funny kind of way. And you know he wasn't trying to hurt the raccoon, so it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Here you go. Come on. I'm waiting for him to start comboing in the tornado again. Like right, not right there, but you know, right there. Wasted heal. Because everything is too fucking hard to damage in this game. Come on. Let's get it over with. Oh! Don't breathe, don't breathe. We're almost to a heal though. Jesus. The range on that is a bit more than I expect. Okay. The old one just sleeps in my bed. I say old one though, the cat is 5 years old. I love cats. Cats are the greatest. I love cats. Dogs are nice too, but like, I'm more of a cat guy. I don't know. I want to get a pet, but at the same time, we picked a stray off the street a few years ago because one of my neighbors kicked it into the forest, and I couldn't just let that go. And I realized I don't think I really want a pet. You know what I mean? I want a cat, but none of the responsibility of owning the pet. So, yeah, a bit of a disappointing revelation. But, you know, it is what it is. Cats are great, though. I love cats. I also come from a really crappy area that just believes in abusing animals. Like, I remember when I was in high school and elementary school, the other kids would always brag about shooting cats and stuff. I hated those guys. Like, I'm from, like, an actually terrible area. Just terrible people, just awful, scum-sucking people. Like, I remember we found a cat when we lived out that way before we moved for the first time. We found a cat that had a crossbow arrow in it because somebody shot it, and I found out it was one of my fellow students who shot it. Another time we found a cat that was blind from a BB gun being shot at it. Guess what? Same guy. Just lots of psychos. I don't understand why so many people are okay with abusing cats. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. Fucking psychos. You know what I mean? Come on, come on. Oh, careful. Heal. Come on. What I'm trying to do is next time I knock him down, I wanna pop down, tax on top of him for free damage, but it looks like I missed it that time. Ouch. Well, I hit him anyways though, so small positives. Hate that attack. See, that's not what I'm talking about, when he just pops out of there and does the tornado for no reason. My kitty's turning 18, Jesus Christ. Big love but long-term investment, Jesus, that's an old-ass kitty. I'm happy for you. I now have a cat on my left because he asked all. That's the greatest. I don't understand how people can say, actually I've looked at this, I've actually done some research on this. I never could understand why people thought cats weren't, you know, lovable creatures and whatnot, and why they didn't like people. And I ended up researching, I kind of agree with what a lot of people on Reddit said. And it's not that cats are incapable of affection, it's just that most people are fucking douchebags to their cat. So their cats just don't like them because, you know, they're assholes. Which, you know, that tracks. That actually tracks really hard in my opinion. That tracks really hard. So doing things like just randomly waking up your cat for no reason, that could be one. And I don't mean to check they're still alive. I mean just for clout and stuff on the internet. Kicking your cat and whatnot, that's definitely up there too. You'd be surprised how many people just boot the fuck out of their cats for no reason. I know I was. Come on, go away. How much longer do you intend to live for, sir? Okay. Come on. There we go, for heals. Thank you. Well, I've had no fun topics to talk about today. It's just been depression after depression. I was playing more No Man's Sky. Does that like count as happy? I think I kind of. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Careful. Don't greed, don't greed. I'm trying my best not to greed. Careful. Wait for it. I'm waiting for this so I can do this. It seems like the tornado might be the best period to try and greed a heal. Smack. Ooh, careful. Especially when it's possible to get 2 or 3 hits, it looks like, if you can time the jump. Okay. No, not getting me again. I'm stopping. I'm not trying to parry those stupid little balls anymore. Because they're so annoying. So it's also explode randomly for no reason, and it's like, bruh. Okay. Watch for it, watch for it. Careful. No need to greed. No need for greed. Come on. Watch for it, watch for it, watch for it. Where are you going, bud? There he goes. Cats are the best boundary. Oh, is he still going? Okay. Be surprised how many times I almost fell from the stairs because of cats? No, I wouldn't. Law mirror. Theatrical tool of Vainglory's bug. When binding, emits a dazzling flash that damages nearby enemies. Hello! We will take that. Let's see now. Don't leave the room just yet. Walk far from him and come back. Okie dokie. Farther. Ah! Oh. Wonder if he'll get tired of this. Wait. Flame! Alright, walking far, coming back. That's adorable! Can we actually catch him standing? No, you gotta be fast with it, okay. Wait for it. He is. I like him. I didn't like him at first, but I like him now. I like the commitment to the bit. And he's gone. Sag. Boop. Oh yeah, we gotta go back this way, was it? This way to bring us back to the clockwork. Was it this way? Yes, sir. Wait. No, it wasn't. This is someplace new. Uh-oh. Where are we going? We're going down. Wait, there was a secret. Okay, never mind. Down. You can get his quill if you've never got one from Chakra. Cool. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Oh! It's this place. Cool. Look at that. Circles around. Bink. Whoa. Alright, there we go. No! Ah, you bitch. I even saw it coming. Ah. That's the worst part, when you see it coming and it still gets your ass. Bruh. Alright, what's a happy topic we can talk about while we explore this new area? What's a happy one? No more animal abuse, no more my shitty past, no more Nintendo sucks. What do we got? Does anyone have a fun and interesting topic? What do we got? There's Halloween Pokemon stuff coming out in the Pokemon Center in a couple days. I'm waiting until they add a Pantheon so I can fight Thrumbio again. Dude, I can't wait for the DLC. There is going to be DLC, right? I'm fairly certain they've already announced it. I'm just not sure. I would admit it would not make sense for there not... Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I see why you hate this guy. I really see why. Alright, we're just not dealing with that. We're not dealing with that kind of energy. It would not make sense for there not to be DLC. Okay, so the DLC was announced. Good. Wow, these guys are ass. Wow. Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright, there we go. Jesus. Not announced, hinted at. It's functionally announced. The game sold so many copies so quickly, it shut down, it broke Steam's servers for a little bit, and I think Epic Stores as well. There's no way it does not get a DLC when it knocked out 2 entire stores when it first released because of the sheer amount of people that were buying it at one time. No way. I refuse to believe it. If they don't do a DLC, I'd be fucking flabbergasted. Heard PayPal closed too? Exactly. All 4 got knocked out. Exactly. no shot it doesn't get a DLC when they just ruined 4 entire mega businesses that way. It was iconic. I'm still getting recommendations for from people talking about how upset other game studios are at how well this game did. Which I think is hysterical, by the way. There's our talking point for the day. I think it's really great how this game sold for $20 and has so many other big name developers absolutely shitting themselves because a $20 game made over 7 years sold so well it absolutely just broke everything. I love how mad people are about that. Like, ooh, you can't charge $20 for this game. There's too much content. Like, get the fuck out of there. It was worth it? I think so. You wouldn't count on it? Count on what? For the DLC? There we go. Whee! Ooh, ooh. Wait, nope. Ah. Hang on. Grabbing this, whatever this is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Part of my issue is the game does not want to function the way I want it to function. Very annoying. Just like, okay. I just gotta take care of Buddy over here. There he goes. Okay. We're back in business. So, it's just one of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. We're gonna die in the same fucking place. Actually, no, we're not. Because I forgot about that. Re-heal! Where are we at? Oh! Okay, we're in an interesting place. We're in a very interesting place indeed. Give it a second. Go. Team Cherry is more likely to make another game. You may be right. You may be right. I'd still be very surprised if they didn't make a DLC. Alright, so we're back here now. In an area we haven't been to before. A bunch of fat asses around. What is this? Oh, Jesus! Oh, hello, Kuro! How you doing? Thank you for the raid. How you guys doing? Hi, hello. How's stream? It's nice to meet you. Give me a second. I like to shout out to people whenever they show up, so I'm going to shout you out now. Eee! How's stream? What'd you guys stream? Were you streaming Silk Song? We're still trying to, you know, figure out what I'm doing in life. Well, you know, we're having a good old time. Got to start Act 2? Hell yeah! I'm actually a little bit of the way into Act 2. Silk Song started out as a DLC, I'm well aware. And now I want a DLC for the DLC. Ah! Secret cylinder. To learn the melody upon this cylinder will require a working listening device. This one has long ceased to function. That last keeper is still sane, and the vaults above their chambers hold just such mystery, and I may only return. Yeah, how are you doing, Kuro? Everything going well? Loving life? We are still bumbling our way through Silk Song Prime. I am very much bumbling my way through Silk Song. We are having a whole ass time right now. Yeah, I hope stream was going well. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. We're speculating. Hey, Bench. We're speculating on whether or not Silk Song is actually going to see a DLC since it did so obnoxiously well. I'd frankly be surprised if it didn't see a DLC since, you know, it crashed Steam and a bunch of other platforms just by its sheer existence. So, you know, that's me. But I guess we'll find out. Okay. We are also about to die because I just don't want to fight these guys. Like big bouncy boy over there. Here, let's go just take that bench back. Let's go take that bench back. Let's just go grab this bench again. Round and around and around and around. Doo-dah, doo-dah. That's what people said about Hollow Knight, though, Snaky. And then the first DLC released, and then the second one released. And then Silksong was heard of in the whispers and wonderings of legend. And then it took 7 years, and it stopped being a DLC, but, you know. Little of A, little of B, little of right sock, little of left sock. What's going on over here? Oh. Oh, you son of a bitch. They made this into a mess. Okay. Okay. Bong. Bong. One of these two. It's one. Nope. Try again. Okay. Interesting melody. It'd be nice if I could see it all. There she goes. I think it's... Nope. Come on. Come on. It's gonna be that one. Okay. That one. That one. Was it this one? Nope. Alright. It's that one, that one, that one, that one, and the far right, the far left. That one, that one, that one, one. We're almost there. Was that not it? Ah. This puzzle sucks. Not because it's difficult, but because I can't see what I'm doing. Which makes it a bit of a pain in the ass, and they're so close together that I can't fucking do it properly. So it's that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Please be it. You. What did it do? Another cog heart piece. There's 2 parts of a clockwork heart containing an intricate array of wheels and regulators. And I do not want to go scramble back to that area. Nope, don't want to deal with you. Nope, don't want to deal with you either. Be gone, Saw. What is this? Oh. Fancy. What's going on over here then? Why didn't you want me over here? Ooh. Thank you. It's not many. Man, they got secrets for days up in here. Secrets of days! Can you stop that? They got secrets for days up in here. Where are we at now? It'd be nice to have a map. Just saying. This guy again. Boop! Oh, thank you. He helped me get over the ledge. Look at that guy. How kind. Alright, what we need to do next, I suppose, is get up back to Songbug. Which, I don't quite recall where he's at. And it was also this puzzle that we were trying to work at earlier. That's right. Ooh, we got a walk ahead of us. Oops, somebody just died. Oopsies. Oh, man. Hey, do you want to just... Ooh, okay. Pause X. Dum dum. Give it a minute. We got some work to do. Oh, we got a lot of work to do. Right. Alright, we're okay. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-dee-dum. It's going up. Now, what are we doing up here? No, not again with these stupid flies. I'm just gonna fly over. Oh, hello! Just when I thought this place was out of secrets. Alright, last I checked, what's his face was over here to the right. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Where's good old Songbug at again? He was around here someplace. I keep forgetting about that guy. I love watching him just get splattered like that. I love it. It was around here. We're almost... Should be not right there. Down here. Nope. Oh, you tricky bitch. No. And there we go. Ah. My bones. Bones. My achy breaky bones. So that's down. We need to go over here. Run, 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 run. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Can't go over there because of the zones. I hate how they can clip you with damage so easily. Haha! Got them both that time though. Stupid nerds. Let's go. Let's go. Where am I going? We're going over here. We didn't have that much money. It's fine. Plus, it's right there. Look at me go. Wow. I'm goated with the sauce. It's saucy. Pow. Now, let's get back up there again. Doo-doo. Boom. You have more faith in me, Snakey. More faith, yes. Ye of little faith. Nope, excuse me. We just gotta figure out where it is I'm going. We know where I want to go. The question is, how do we get there? Yeah. There we go. See what I'm trying to do. Right here. Boop, bop, bing. Let me. There. Went over here. Nope. Excuse you. The memory is not what it used to be. Up this way. Nope, excuse you. Nope, 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 nope. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna center ourselves. Until we bumble into the right answer. Hey, it's you again. Hey, bud. Okay. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, the whole 4 damage thing, by the way. Like, that's the annoying part that gets... I keep forgetting about this, too. That's the annoying part that I keep talking about. It's like, why so much? Like, how many enemies in Hollow Knight 1 could deal 2 hearts of damage at one time to the player? It wasn't much. At least I don't think so. I'm going to bitch about it every time. Because holy balls. Nope. The jumps, the controls don't want to do what I tell them to do half the time. Give me them. Ah, we're halfway there. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this smartly. We're gonna do the... Okay. We're gonna do this smartly and cleverly. Smartly and cleverly, smartly and cleverly. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Bow chicka bow wow. Alright, excuse me. Pardon, pardon, excusez-moi. So, first things first. Let's grab, actually, this. I don't like the bell, but I definitely like that. That looks fancy. Hell yes. Especially if we can use it properly. So, next thing is we need to enter the vault. I believe, I might be mistaken. Did this offer a way to the vault? I don't think so, because I didn't open up one yet. It's a good way to the vaults. A good way to the vaults is through the cogs. No, not the lizards. Ah. Trying to think. Yeah, okay. We'll go first shrine. We'll do this the long way. It'll be fine. Is there a better way to do this? Almost certainly. Am I going to do it this way? Yes, sir. Boop, boop. Down we go. Scream to the left. Now we just need to not fuck up this next part. That's one. Can I get the second? No, sir. Yes, I can. And next we dive down here. It's not quite where we want to be. We're a little far to the right, but it de-aggroes them for a minute. Let me get by him, and Bob's your uncle. Wow. Wow. Look at me go, wow. And now we go set our checkpoint here for when I inevitably fuck up. And bop, bop. Plus there's still work we actually have to do in here. Oh, that one did that to himself. I didn't even touch him that time. I'll go through here. Come on. Up, up. We also need to go up there to the left eventually. Up. 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 Come on. Okay. Tried to be a little too slicky. Okay. Go away. It said go away. Okay. That's great. Ah. See, that's why you set the checkpoint. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Pop down, pop down. Go away. Ha. Come on. There he goes. What's happening right now? I think I might be too tired for this. I might be a bit too tired. It is pretty late, but I want to at least see this last song. Since it's supposed to be a quest or something, I'd like to see it. Come on, there we go. Okay. I was gonna heal up fast. Nice. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright! What was that? A bunch of times is the charm. Change that over. Run, run, run! Faster before my incompetence catches up with me, please. Pop. Run, 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 run. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Look at me go all day. Dub-dub-dub-bomb. Almost fell down there, but I didn't do. Nothing in here. Yep. Okay. Grand. Just be careful. Make sure nothing I forgot. Alright. Now, he should be over here to the far right. Since this is the topmost area. Not this far right. Not this far right. I just... Okay. Alright. We're gonna wait until tomorrow to do this. I'm too tired. No. We're gonna wait until Monday, actually. Brandy needs his beauty rest. Brandier. Brandiers have a whole night. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna log out of there. Okay. We're going to look at my list of streamers. Do you guys want to watch a streamer, or do you guys want to watch more Hollow Knight? You probably want to watch more Hollow Knight. I'm going to assume here, and I'm going to grab Hollow Knight. So we're grabbing Hollow Knight. We're gonna grab. Who are we gonna grab? I'm going to raid. Not the lizard. Here, let me move my computer so you can hear me a bit better. I don't even know who to raid here. I want to raid somebody because I'm trying to get in the habit of just raiding all the fucking time. Here, this person looks interesting. I don't know. Hang on, stick around. All right. So here's the game plan, folks. I'm going to take the weekend off because I need to do homework. Like, I need to go to Nakano to get, at very least, a strap for my camera so I can safely walk around with it. I need to take 80 photos of stuff because reasons. And then I need to work on a thing for intellectual theory and design because apparently we need to do a whole fucking team event thing where we get into groups of however fucking many. That's not a name. Okay, we're not grabbing that name. We're grabbing somebody else. We need to get a group of however many people talk about a subject of something. I don't even know what yet. And make a presentation about it. And I have to do this with a bunch of people who just don't talk. And it's like, bruh, I don't understand them. And it gives me a headache and it makes me sad and tired and just like, So that's what's going to happen. So next time I'm going to be streaming is on Monday. 6 p.m. JPT. We're playing Silk Song until I beat it with no help. I'm looking at you, Snaky. So, thank you for joining me. If in fact you're still there, my name's Swim Brandier. I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, or afternoon. Feel free to follow if you haven't. Join the Discord if you haven't. Boy, you can see the Swiss cheese burrowing through my skull right now. I hope you have a lovely evening. Stay safe. That's the word I was looking for, and I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye. Does the hand work? The hand doesn't work. Okay, we're just gonna, yep, goodbye. Take care. See ya.